What the hell are you guys talking about?
We're talking about
BLTs?
vegan entities, but
Yeah.
you don't need to know.
I heard BLTs. I'm hungry, man.
Dude, I'm starving. I just ate. I was at Costco earlier today, and I got Costco dog and a piece of pizza.
Yes.
But like,
He is
you know,
a very
as
big proponent of Costco.
I love, Costco's friggin' amazing. And I'm definitely but as Canadians, we are left struggling without the chicken bake.
It's true.
It's so fucking good.
Oh my! I've never had one.
Oh my god! I had my
What
first
is a chicken
one.
bake?
What?
You,
Oh, I
we
guess
don't,
it
I don't
doesn't-
go to.
you don't
Yeah,
go
we
to
don't have
Costco.
Costco's very often. Yeah, no, they're not very.
Okay, let me.
We have
let me-
Costco. It's just you need a membership to get into them.
I was
Yeah, you
gonna
need to
say
pay
you
money
You
to
don't
get
need
in
to
there.
get. You don't need to have a membership to go into the canteen. You can go the other way and then.
It's-
You literally
I'll-
there's 2 openings and then you go into the canteen
No,
route, which
I-
is the same place.
I understand.
What?
It's also out of the way.
It's out of
too.
that's what I was going to bring up was that it's kind of out of our way specifically in order to
Yeah.
get there. It's kind
Right.
Of, it's in a certain area.
So Frank,
What's up? Tell me
So-
about this chicken roast.
so
what was it called?
it's called
I
chicken bake.
remember these.
Chicken
I
bake, chicken
remember
Yeah.
these.
So
Okay.
so picture like an Italian herbs and cheese bread kind of from like Subway.
All right, you already got
But-
me.
Then it's cored out, and then it's got like chicken, bacon, cheese, sauce. It's like your weekly salt, but like it's worth every penny. Every penny.
Damn. Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty good actually.
It's so good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
So
It
you
changed-
could just walk into Costco and get one of these.
I don't know if you need a membership or not. But you might.
If they're,
like I-
if they're in the cafeteria area, then you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah,
'Cause I remember
definitely.
like that Costco being like blocked off almost in every single entrance, so you have to like talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't
You
think
could-
you
you
just
could-
walk right in.
You can literally walk in the exit area because like if you're doing like returns and stuff, you could just walk in.
I've
So
been.
so what you're saying is break in.
Yeah. Exactly. Because I've been.
I'm
I've,
literally walking
I'm
in.
okay with that option too, honestly.
I've been stopped at the Costco before, like when I didn't have a membership. The guy wouldn't let me in because I was a kid, and then I just lied and said my mom was in there, and then so I just walked and got the food, and then I walked past him eating said food.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that as a 27-year-old man. I'm just gonna walk in and be like, my mom's in there.
Dude, what's he gonna argue with you? People,
Exactly.
you know how expensive it is out there. So yeah, definitely worth it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
All right.
Costco's worth it if you can get your money's worth.
Oh yeah,
The problem is also like we don't drive, so like getting stuff from Costco is like, okay, what can I fit in my backpack?
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. For me, like
Mhm.
as someone who lives by themselves, groceries and stuff like that is always just like I can go on Amazon and I can just have it ordered and get it delivered. But when I go to like Costco, which you're buying in bulk, which this is the few instances that I have bought at Costco, I decided, you know what, I was gonna buy a couple boxes of macaroni and cheese. You don't just buy a couple boxes of macaroni.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you buy 20,000
12.
boxes of
Yeah.
fucking macaroni and cheese and walk away
That
with
sounds
it.
like a good night, honestly.
You know, detergent. I have 160
Just fill
like
your
pots.
bathtub full of
But
macaroni and cheese.
the good thing about the detergent and stuff like that, you don't have to go back for like a year.
Yeah.
No, I don't have to go back for a
Or
while.
like 6 months.
Unless,
That-
unless, and this is going to tie into kind of how I've been feeling great the last couple of days.
You've been eating them.
Yes, I've
You've
been
been eating
them.
all the Costco's.
Listen, if you don't have to buy anything else, all you need is one Tide Pod. Just covers you
Oh,
up for the whole
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So, no, it's when you start breaking out, your skin starts like you start having to like scratch yourself a
I
lot.
thought you were about to say your skin starts shitting. I was like, wait, excuse me.
That's basically shitting blood. It's
Oh.
the worst shitting. You don't want to get that shitting. No,
He's just like, what the fuck are we talking about?
but then I was like, oh no, it has to be the Costco branded detergent that I got, and I was like, oh no,
Right.
I just wasted
Yeah.
all these Tide. It turns out no, I'm still using those Tide Pods,
Hell yeah.
straight up.
Costco brand Tide Pods don't make you shit. Your skin shit.
No, not at all.
Confirmed.
That sounds
Confirmed.
like eczema, not blood.
It ends up being more than that.
So
I'll-
Vegas
I'll
said
talk
that
about
you need a membership to go into either in the cafeteria and the regular place too.
Interesting.
Brutal.
That's
Well,
what
in
that, like,
Vegas.
at least the ones here in Chicago, I think, are very much similar too. Because
I can ask a professional.
Oh.
I'll text them.
I
later.
do. Harv, I do have a membership though, so we can go, bro. Don't worry.
Oh, there we go. But then
Yeah,
you have to come to the island then.
Well,
I have
that's
to come to the
that's-
island.
Come to
well,
the
there's
island,
no
have a
there's
few
no
laughs.
chicken bakes. There's no chicken bakes here. We don't have them in Canada, so it doesn't matter. When we go to the States, though,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
then
yeah.
I got you.
When we're in Vegas. Oh, 100%. Yeah,
exactly, bro.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, "Where are you guys going? We're gonna go to Costco." And then we're gonna buy like a
See,
weekend's worth of shit.
Lisa
I-
gets it.
Bakes, yeah.
Vegas gets it. TwitchCon chicken bake. She understands that we have to go. I've told her
100%.
multiple times. Yeah.
I need to get this chicken bake when we go to Vegas.
Oh, dude, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. Like, I might buy two. So like, I get one to eat right.
too.
At least you get one to eat now,
Dual wheel chicken bakes.
and then like later, whether I'm like totally just baked out of my mind or drunk, do you know how good that chicken bake's gonna taste?
That chicken bake's gonna be the best damn
tastes
thing
so-
ever.
That's what I'm saying. You just
Oh my god.
you just heat it up like a little hot pocket, poke a couple holes in it with a fork, shove it, throw it in the microwave, man. Oh my god.
So
This
wait,
sounds good.
when
That
is
is-
when
actually
is
sounds amazing.
TwitchCon?
July.
What is-
October.
October
October?
20th to 22nd.
Okay.
That's the Vegas
because
one,
I was
right?
gonna say
Yes.
because I was gonna
Okay.
say if you're going there to Vegas in the middle of summer and you're craving a creamy like carbonara based like
Oh,
kind
it's-
of like
Dude, I'd pass
chicken
out
bake,
in the fucking parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I would vom-com. I'd be like, first of all, what the fuck? Two, no, don't do
The
it.
thing is, though, when you guys go in October, it's cold. So make sure you bring a fucking hoodie.
Good.
Harv, it's not
Good.
cold, bro.
It's not, yeah, I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
cold,
dude,
bro.
No, I was there. I was there when I did the event for WWE when I did 2K20, and it was fucking cold. So at night,
Like-
at night,
Well, at night.
Well, because it
It's
cools
slightly
down though.
cold,
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
night.
it's,
but like
fucking dramatically
during
cold.
during the day, Harv, it's like 27, bro. Like, yeah, you're like we're gonna be sweating.
I don't even remember what 27 feels like anymore.
You don't need to, man. It's it, but you know everywhere's got like max AC cranking though, so
Oh yeah, that's the
Right.
thing. You go from AC to AC, you know. That's what.
exactly. You don't even like really warm up or cool down. You just kind of
Yeah.
Vegas in the chat
maintain.
says not ain't cold, but the thing is, Vegas. I went to Vegas thinking it was Vegas, and when I showed up and it was cold as hell, I was like, "This is bullshit." I need a hoodie.
I just want to say I knew that it was cool in Vegas specifically because I lived off of CSI when I was a kid, and they always talked about how fucking cold it was at night because everyone would be like, "Oh, it's supposed to be hot in the middle, like, oh, it's supposed to be hot here all the time." No, it's not. Only in the
True.
evening is it gonna
Every
be
third
cold.
day, I think of Gil Grissom. You know, just
Yeah.
like, I just get like just get a thought of like Gil Grissom. you
Aren't
know?
they still like doing like
They
CSI
brought it
Las
back.
Vegas?
They
Yeah,
brought
like
it
I thought they did. Like
I didn't
just
know
like they brought.
no shit.
Yeah, they stopped it, and then like everything, like 3 years later or whatever, they just like they're like, I got no ideas, so and no spin-offs are gonna work, so let's
And then there's 8 other fucking CSIs.
yeah, just
Oh,
like there
yeah.
was
They just keep
there was-
spawning.
yeah, oh yeah,
Multiplying.
I just found out that Magnum PI, which is a show from the 70s, has a remake show now, and it's on their 5th season. I had
Yeah.
no
Yeah, and-
fucking
Magnum
clue.
PI is now just CSI now. In
Yeah,
the
exactly.
multiverse.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, you give any show that has this kind of like any kind of like procedural show, I feel like it's gonna do well. It doesn't matter what it really is.
It's true.
You can name it whatever you want.
As someone who's watching Bones, it's pretty great. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah, like Bones was went on for like what 15
Listen,
seasons or just
12.
12.
Harv,
12 season,
Yeah, what up,
25
Kate?
episodes
Harv,
each.
you would say that, but I was an extra on a show called Mind Games back in the early 2000s.
Damn,
And
I've
you know
heard of
what?
this show, but
Yeah, it had Christian Slater and Steve Zahn in it, and it fucking failed. I barely got the chance to see my episode. I got Mike
Nice.
Wazowski in the episode. It was bullshit.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
hello.
Oh, we got Chris, we're bringing in the crew here.
no.
You know, I had to, you know, I was telling everybody, I was like, listen, I don't think you understand. You're sleeping on Point in Progress if you ain't watching it.
Well,
And
I mean, he said it.
he
Set
said
up.
it.
Clip
Not
it.
us.
clipping it right now.
exactly, y'all got to get in here. So I sounded the cavalry. You know, what do they do in Lord of the Rings when they light the beacons? Is that how that
Yeah,
works?
the Beacons of Gondor. Exactly.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
It's a god.
Hell yeah.
so
Fucking
I was
I'm
like,
living for this.
Oh,
I
what a great trilogy. What a great trilogy.
never seen it.
Nope, me
What?
neither.
How do you know the Beacons of Gondor, but you don't know?
Let me tell you how I know this. So there's this little show called Family Guy,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and they at one point I can't remember what Peter was doing, but he was in the mountains or something. And someone kept yelling, "Light the beacons!"
Yeah.
And he lit the beacons, and that's why I was like, yeah, that checks out, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And then you have that amazing scene of Viggo Mortensen opening the doors, really like with
Dramatic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like,
That's-
oh shit.
Harv, that's
Yeah.
when I realized I was at least a little gay. So
Yes.
just a smidge.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a smidge. That's right.
Yeah, totally. And then obviously, since we're mentioning Lord of the Rings, like everyone does, did you know when he kicked the helmet, he actually broke his foot when he did it? Every single time anyone ever talks about Lord of the Rings, you have to mention
You
that.
have to mention
Yeah.
it once.
So
You
who
have to
kicked the
mention-
helmet?
The pretty one.
Yeah, he kicked the helmet just like 'cause it was for the scene, and then like the scene that they kept in the movie was
Right.
the one where he broke his toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He yells in anger. It's him actually yelling in pain because he broke his toe.
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's always I like stuff like that. It's always those little tidbits that
what?
I think add so much.
Finally telling someone who didn't know this fact, because apparently 90% of the internet knows, but thank goodness Braden didn't. This
Yeah.
already made my day.
I just
Revelations today.
Wrap it up.
Getting a lot out there.
That's right. The most Lord of the Rings I've ever done was I played Shadow of Mordor,
There you go.
and
Ooh,
then
good
that
Wait,
it was
did you,
great.
Did you never play the PS2 Two Towers
Oh
or
my
anything like that back in
God.
the day?
Oh wait,
No, that was a
I
classic,
played
though.
I played the old. I think is that the one where you're Frodo?
No, that is one. There is the Fellowship of the Ring one
Yeah.
that was on PS2
Yeah.
and Xbox.
I played that one. I think at my buddy's house, or at least I watched him play it, and then I
Yeah.
think I watched my roommate when I went to his house to hang out with him when we were kids. He played Lord of the Rings online or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then that was it.
That
Me
was
and my friend used to play Two Towers all the time because it was the first one that had co-op.
Yeah.
where you
Oh,
could pick your
interesting.
characters, yeah.
That's
This,
cool.
this was that was the first game I put on my Steam Deck with the two.
Hell
towers.
yeah.
With Two Towers.
Shout out to oh my god, who was it that told me how to do it? But yeah, shout out to him. I'll get the name. Give me a second.
Shout out to the person that
Told me how to steal
Mario
games.
forgot.
Put on the put on the Steam
Exactly.
Deck.
That's right.
Video games.
Well, I shouldn't out them then. I shouldn't say their name.
probably not.
Nah,
Probably
just
not.
just
No, you
get
know
them to
what?
show you.
Shout out to Robopack. Come on, we didn't want.
Oh, so we're
I mean, I feel like 90% of the Steam Decks are being used for that. All right,
1000%.
Let's be honest.
True.
Yeah.
I haven't
You're
done
using it
that.
as an emulator more than
That's
likely.
why I said 90% fee, not everybody.
Yeah, I'm part of the 10%.
I'm
who's not
Look,
doing
you got to
something
keep
like that.
gaming history alive.
That's
all right,
right.
I think emulation isn't a bad thing. It's
No,
No.
100%.
anything.
not
It's
a
just
bad
it's,
Especially when Nintendo does Nintendo shit.
exactly
it's not a
that
bad thing.
bullshit like RIP Wii U
Yeah.
store on Monday and 3DS.
Rest in peace.
So, yeah, exactly right. Like, and then they just refuse to put GameCube on the Switch. Fuck those guys, like.
Fuck those Nintendo guys.
I think one of the only games I would like. Well, one of the games I would love to play is Smash Brothers on
Like
on the
Melee?
Switch. Yeah, Melee.
Yeah,
But I wonder if it still hold up.
I feel like
I
it
mean,
would feel slightly slower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in comparison, I don't think they
I
could
don't
get
know,
like
man.
a perfect
Bunch of-
port.
They still have
A bu-
tournaments
a bunch
for it
of
and stuff,
sweaty
so I
nerds,
imagine
yeah.
it's held up.
I was gonna say a bunch of sweaty
Well,
nerds
no,
playing
but,
on like
but
a
it's
daily
but,
basis.
but they
But like on the
they do it
Switch,
GameCube, though.
Yeah,
They do it on
right.
GameCube, right? So
yeah, like they do it on GameCube on a
they have
CRT.
CRT TVs.
Yeah,
Sure,
like
sure.
it's like
Do it all.
it's perfect right, the way they have it set up. But like I'd be curious to see like them bring it over because Mario Sunshine was fine. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel bad or anything when they brought it over, but they all they did was just port it over, which I wish they just at least gave it like some sort of love.
Nintendo putting any love in their games? What?
Yeah, yeah. They get it like right there when they release it, and then that's it. That's
They
it.
just completely forget
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that we didn't get any Animal Crossing like DLC or anything
Same.
like that. 'cause
Well,
it
no,
was
we did get Animal Crossing
well,
DLC.
like big DLC, like as in like you could like do crazy shit on your island. As in, like
Oh, not just like
adding,
that.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, not these like these little things that they added.
Yeah, the DLC for Animal Crossing just felt like catch up to like the 3DS version. So
For sure.
we're finally just gonna add the features that should have been there at launch, and
And then
Then we're
they've
gonna say
never
screw it.
touched it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's why I was surprised they added so many Mario Kart 8 tracks. Like
Yeah.
fucking.
oh my god,
So late into it,
they
and
have a
then
whole team for that. To
Yeah.
spend 3 years on Mario Kart 8 tracks.
and then it's like, man, like when are they? Like just give us 9. You know what I mean?
Bring
Like,
back Double Dash 2.
thank you.
Double
Like,
Dash
Where
is
the
good.
fuck is Double Dash?
Double Dash was the best one. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing like because
No,
like
what? No,
you're-
what? No, it was not the
Yes,
best
it was.
one. What?
Definitively.
No.
okay, which one is better than Double
Yeah.
Dash?
64
Please
was the
enlighten
better
us.
one.
Okay,
I'll be
okay,
right back.
boomer.
Okay, sure.
By the way, if you saw me kiss at my phone, no, you didn't. All right.
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm ready
It was
to
that. It was
either-
directed
it's
at. It was
either-
at me. It was at me. It's fine.
It was either that or the best one was. The best one is probably the one right now. There's one of the two.
Which one's
in my
the
opinion?
Mario
He's talking
Kart
about 8.
Yeah.
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 8 is great. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Yeah, it's amazing.
let me swap my items, bro. You know, if I have 2 items and I don't want to use one right now, let me switch them.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to be a double dash mechanic. That
Or
could
even-
just be a
yeah.
Mario Kart mechanic.
Yeah,
It
but
could
they
be-
haven't in
up to
anywhere
items.
else.
Yeah,
Or even
that's
then,
the funny
or-
thing. You pick
Or
up
even
2 items
add it as
anyways
a
in this game.
mode. You know what I mean? You could even add it as a mode to Mario Kart 8. Just add the little
Yeah.
extra character there. Bam.
No, you don't even have to add the character. Just press a button and you just.
No, I want the double
There-
people. The double people is fun.
Not everything is used on that controller for Mario Kart. I'm sorry to say. There's like 3 buttons for this. fucking
Exactly.
game.
Why not just add double dash elements? Bam, right
Exactly.
off the
It's
bat.
so simple.
By the way, this isn't the podcast. This is the intro.
That's right.
This is the pre-show.
Super, oh my god.
This is the longest.
Brady-
I think this honestly this is probably the longest pre-show I think we've ever had. This is almost 30
fun.
minutes in.
Brady, Super Mario RPG is one of the best games ever created.
One day I'll play it.
One of the best. games.
Yes, Lefster. This is 0.5 because
That's
we're
right.
delaying 69.
As much
What
as
up,
we
Craig?
can. Next
As
week,
much as we can.
6.6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
68.6.
We're gonna start adding Kingdom Hearts names to it, like HD Remix 2.5, Attack on Titan Part 5, Part 2.5.
All right.
6 months. You gotta
I'm
wait for another
ready
episode.
to fuck.
6
Why
months.
do you say this every episode? Leave
I'm ready to
leave
podcast.
Attack on Titan alone, Harv.
It's crazy.
They already know.
So
At
good.
least the music slaps.
Hey,
so.
I just found out that Outlander got split up into 2 seasons and it's going to be next year. So I got to take my
Why?
time.
Why do they do this? Why do they do this?
Is that like a
Do
Netflix
what?
thing?
It's a Stars. Stars.com.
Stars.
I can't say stars with like a straight face.
Stars.
Every time I hear stars, I just think of Nemesis.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I'm just like it's all the shows that split their seasons into 2 parts. It's like, why, guys? Come on, let's release the entire thing at this point, man.
That's how they get you.
You're
Mhm.
muted, right?
You're muted, yeah.
Good. I'm happy that I'm muted because no one needed to hear what I said before this.
A lot of profanity.
Yeah, exactly. No, just want to let you know that, and I'm not even making this up. Attack on Titan season 4 part 3 part 2.
What?
Wait,
You can't
what?
Have, you can't have
God
2 parts.
damn.
You're having
Yes.
parts
Oh, wait,
within
can you
parts?
repeat that one more time, please, for the
Yes.
audience? How
Attack
many
on
parts?
Titan.
Okay.
Attack on Titan
Mhm.
season 4 part 3 part 2 gets a
Oh.
release date.
What day?
It is, as a heads up, fall of 2023.
That's not a date. That's not a date.
That's a window.
That's a
That
window.
sounds like a
That's not
delay
date.
waiting
No,
to
okay,
happen.
yeah.
That's a delay
No.
right there.
It's usually like when specifically when anime gets released, there's different seasons. There's fall, spring, oh my goodness. There's winter, spring, summer, fall, and so it's fall, so it's probably going to be like September is when we're gonna see it. September, October. Guys, I don't want to let you know how angry I am already because I've already had to live through this since like 2021.
Yeah, it feels bad for
God.
the Attack on Titan people. You guys have been going through this since I was in grade school.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't.
Wow.
Fuck you.
I have no
Thanks
idea
for
who is Frank.
Thanks for joining in on that, by the way.
I have no idea who.
Everyone,
Team Frank or
everyone
Team
on the
Jamie?
show is talking about Attack on Titan. I'm talking about
Well, that's
Outlander, in the
Outlander,
chat.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea
Right.
what's going on. I
haven't
just
watched Outlander.
Yeah,
Lisa
no,
was just like,
Outlander's-
"Who's Team Frank?" And I was like, "Probably people named Frank."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Frank. Who the? Like, how do you know
Yeah.
who Frank
Oh,
is?
Frank's out
Yeah.
there, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Y'all gotta stick
Mario, when
together.
you get a chance,
Yes.
the doc.
Who are
I did
the
the doc.
people in who are the people in
Nope,
Twilight?
you
Is it,
haven't.
Yeah, I did.
What?
There you go.
Are
He
you
did
talking
something.
about Edward and Jacob?
What else I
is
did?
it
okay.
Jacob? Is the other one? Okay.
Yeah, he's the little wolf bitch.
Little
Yeah.
wolf bitch boy.
I've never seen it. That's
Bitch
movie.
made
Those are
boy.
movies I've never seen before. So
Hey, don't sleep on
What?
Twilight, man. Don't
You
sleep
haven't
on-
seen Twilight? Harv.
You don't understand Vegas. There's a
Oh, nothing.
There's There's a
Okay,
contract
cool.
that you sign when you were born as a Frank. You just gotta have their backs
Exactly.
through thick and thin.
What about
It's
what if Frank is in a different language, like Franco or
Yeah, exactly. Francisco.
yeah?
Mhm.
Does that still count?
Fettuccine.
Yeah.
I just want to say
No, yeah, no, it
anyone
does.
who's Team Frank is literally the worst type of person.
Oh, okay.
There's no
What the fuck? I kind of want to watch a show to find out what this guy did.
Dude, he's the worst. I keep
See,
joking.
this is the
You do
thing.
not
This is the thing.
understand.
If okay, hold on.
Hold on.
If you're gonna have a team,
We should
right?
wait
Like,
until
are you
the
team
podcast
this
to
or team
discuss
this? Okay,
I'm just gonna
let's
end
bring
it
this
here
back.
and
We'll
say
bring this back.
he gives the worst head castle game that's in existence. That's all I'll say. Continue on with the show.
All right.
True.
I'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to find out who gives the best
Stay
head
tuned,
in Outlander.
Only one. We'll never know. We'll never know until we watch it.
Can we get a tier list, a head tier list in Outlander?
Oh my god.
True. Do they give head in Outlander?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot.
A lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Man, like
I've
50.
never seen the show, by the way.
Oh well.
No, me
enjoy.
neither. For all I know, it's like hit game out. Wasn't there a game
You
called
know what?
Outlander
People
that came out last year?
Yeah, we could talk shit about it, but like, I'm gonna hold on to it. If we want to bring it
I
up,
I
didn't
Okay.
play it. I didn't play it, so I can't talk shit. I just remember it fell off real quick.
Yeah.
No, yeah. All right. I think we're good.
Yeah, no.
Good to start.
You
now.
whenever you're ready.
I think we're pre-lubed up. Let's go.
What were we
I'm
thinking?
literally gonna
I
quit.
think we're already 30 minutes in.
Hey.
I've quit. I'm out.
Fade away.
No. Goodness. Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. I 100% agree, Vegas. Before we'll talk about it. I'm adding this to what you've watched, Mario, so we can specifically talk about this.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put K thinks. All right. Man. I always feel like I need to just cover like not being able to see any of you when I do my opening because every single time y'all just start giggling and it drives me. It just drives. I should
Hey, what's that in the background?
Nothing.
I'm looking at that Grogu back there.
Grogu? I mean, yeah, we'll talk about that later, dude. We'll talk about him
black
later.
beady eyes in the background.
Yeah. No, I should have got like I'll go AFK for like a little bit and then you'll see he'll move. I'll move him around just like when I go away from it. Anyway, I digress. You're literally okay. Every single time. Okay. Welcome to the Point in Progress podcast, episode 68.5, your fiery podcast talking about RRR, How I Met Your Mother, and John Wick. Let's get to the first point of our progress, which is happy birthday, Frank!
Happy birthday, Frank.
Okay, I want to preface. There was like 7 birthdays yesterday.
Yeah,
This
I
is
have
true.
no fucking
There's
idea.
a ton.
There were so many
so
yesterday.
many birthdays.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
I've said happy birthday so many times in one fucking day. Okay.
I
A lot of
missed
cool
all
people are
of them.
born on the 23rd, man.
There's some mid people, you know,
Yeah,
and
there's
Frank.
some
He's
mid in
pretty
there.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to be like I want to be pretty mid. That sounds good.
you want
I
to be
wanna-
pretty mid?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I want to know who everyone's birthday is for yesterday because I was off
Frank's
the internet. Okay, Frank?
has
Reagan's.
Reagan,
Yeah.
there
Ed, I
was-
don't know if you guys know
Oh,
who
shit.
Damo plays. He's just like he's around some communities. I think that was. Do you have any more, Harv?
There was one more, and I'm forgetting now. I'm forgetting. I have to go through my
Yeah,
birthday
yeah.
fucking
The calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I like-
It's crazy out here.
it's
I like
crazy.
Does me and Reagan share a birthday?
Correct.
Yeah. No, we
Damn.
had this. We had this
I
discussion
know.
last
That's
time.
why I'm like, what the fuck? How do I keep forgetting that?
Yeah. Yeah,
God.
that's what it was. It was
Caesar.
Caesar. That was the other one. Yes.
Very exciting. It's a big day. It's like a lot of
That's a party.
celebration. Yeah.
Mm.
Freaking party.
If all we didn't all live on the same place, we could have had a big party. You know.
I
Yeah.
do love parties.
I turned 27.
Very exciting. So
Yeah.
you're 90. You're 96,
I'm
baby.
closer to 30 now than I am to
In a row?
whatever.
You're closer to
37.
25 than you are 30.
Yeah, you are still.
Yeah.
You're still closer to 25.
Close to 25. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're good.
I'm in that middle ground.
Exactly. It's okay. I turned 27 this year, and
Yeah.
What was going on 9
Yeah.
months before that? A lot of fucking. That's what was happening.
yeah,
Oh,
a lot of
damn.
fucking,
What the fuck?
a lot of
That's
This is
what
getting
happens
very
in 9
Outlander
months.
all of a sudden.
Disney Plus and thrusting. You know what I mean? But obviously without the Disney Plus back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
dear God. Okay, well, happy birthday, everyone who was born on the 23rd.
Shout out
Of
to everybody
March.
born on the 23rd.
Shout out, even if you were one of the people that we listed, maybe you are first time ever hearing a podcast and you're like, man, my birthday was on March the 23rd. Congratulations. We're shouting out your birthday. Happy birthday, Aries, March Aries. You're a whole other breed. So let's continue. Another part of the housekeeping, which as a heads up, we're in the housekeeping section. I was out last week, not specifically because of FEMA. I was out because of a game jam that I was working on. And so that's currently the ratings have already been put in, but you can definitely check that out over on itch.io. I'll post the link in our description. And so definitely make sure to check that out. And
This
of
game jam
course-
was also run by FEMA, by the way.
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course,
cool. Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Run by
And was
FEMA.
delayed because Fee got kidnapped at some point by the guy from You. So
Damn.
Yes, yes.
Penn Bradley just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
God.
Penn Badgley.
Oh, Badgley.
Oh,
Oh,
Badgley.
my bad.
Did he,
he wasn't
bad.
here when
did he
we
dance to that
when we-
Megan Trainor song in order to seduce you and then scare you away?
It worked. It worked.
no,
There you
no.
go.
Like he just had to show up.
Yeah.
I wanna Vida, I haven't talked yet about You because we watched it. She wasn't here last weekend, so I couldn't talk to her about it. But yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
We'll be talking
Yeah,
about it.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But
Damn.
yeah.
Good game, by the
Lisa.
way. Your game jam game was really good. It kicked my ass the first time. I rage quitted, came back about an hour later, just breezed through it. It was pretty nice.
Thanks.
I loved
really
it. I love the
appreciate it.
animations. I think honestly my favorite one was the ghost. It was
Thank you.
sticking out its tongue. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, almost as if that was the inspiration behind it. But
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what the inspiration was?
But it was great. I
Um,
loved it. It was really fun.
Yeah. And I already have ideas for next month, which I'll have to talk to all of you about later on. But I digress. We are gonna actually get off the topic of the game jam and whatever the hell Harv's doing.
That's
And,
my
again,
contribution.
Harv.
That's my contribution.
He's like Opie from Family Guy, you know? Like,
Minus the noises.
yeah.
Oh my god. And as you may have noticed, we don't have our typical house of co-hosts this week. We have a very special guest. We have Brayden, also known as Charisma on
Hello.
Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you guys for inviting me, you guys. It's an absolute pleasure. Like, I love just hanging out with the homies and like also like just getting to spend some time with you guys. Like, it's exciting, like.
Hell yeah.
So
How
yeah,
many
thank you
invites
guys.
Did you get that day, by the way?
I got directly from the Twitter, from your guys, like the main point in progress, and you, Frank.
Okay,
Yes.
so you guys even followed through with the plan.
Yeah,
The plan was we were all gonna invite you at the same time.
I love
did.
that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did not.
I did not as well.
No, I sent a professional message to Brayden asking if he wanted to be on the
She
podcast. I
did.
don't know what you did.
And
I
Frank's like,
sent-
he's
you want to be
he's
on
like,
the podcast?
yeah, he's like, hey, you should come hang out. And I was like, yeah, okay,
Why not?
like sure, like I'd love to. I was like,
Give me a time and place.
It's like, hey, you want to go?
yeah,
shoot hoops?
pretty much.
Let's go shoot some hoops.
What was the
Yeah.
contract one? Was like a binding agreement.
Exactly, right? Like one is like,
Fee got into her Valley HR voice and was like, "All right, so."
He is our HR agent, so I'm glad
Yeah.
there was a professional one. So-
My goodness, there is literally a fees HR department in our
Mm.
Discord.
Smart.
So yeah, just everything. Binding agreements, NDAs, all the deals.
smart.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. But also, how are you doing this evening?
Pretty good, like overall, I had a pretty solid day, like nothing too crazy, just some studying and then some Costco, and so it's a pretty solid day. I'm happy to be very productive today.
Fantastic. I'm so happy.
This is
that you've
productive
been-
right here. This right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
is part of
Oh,
being
yeah.
productive.
This is productive, man. Like it's as soon as you guys get me talking, I just can't stop. It's just like one of those things where it's just like I'm like a broken record machine, man. I just keep playing.
We love to hear it. And also, I'm really happy to hear that we have a fellow Costco lover in
Oh,
the
yeah.
podcast this evening.
Absolutely love Costco.
It's the best.
It's the only place I shop.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, where's
How
our
off-
Costco sponsorship?
Bra-
Why are
Brandon, I
we
have a
sponsored by
question for you.
FEMA?
I have a question for you. How often do you go to Costco? What's your Costco frequency rate?
At least twice a month, typically.
Okay.
So I go like every couple weeks. The only thing I don't get at Costco, like at least this week, is I went to a grocery store to get like some deli meat because I got tired of the Costco like prepackaged stuff. Other than that, that's where I just do all my shopping, man. Mostly because of the bulk, and it's like I also get you get snacks after too. You get a hot dog.
Yeah,
and
true.
all that.
Hot dogs are top tier there. Hot dogs.
The
hot dogs are top
$1.50
tier.
hot dog
Yeah.
is
Hot dog get a hot dog and fries, and you're good to go. You know.
exactly.
Exactly.
Webster says
the reason why-
waters and seltzers and milk egg.
Also, very good
For Costco,
choices.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
Toilet
ask you this because Fee, what's your frequency rate going to Costco?
It doesn't matter, you know?
Is it like
Uh,
weekly,
No,
daily?
no, Fee's
Oh, no,
like,
it's like 4 days a
Fee-
week.
No. Fee's like treats it like a convenience store.
Yeah, it's a convenience store for her. She goes
It's a
like 4 times
bodega,
a week.
basically.
It's
Costco
okay.
bodega.
I would like to say, on
As a cat.
average, it's about 2 times a week, if that. So,
Okay.
like, yeah.
If that. No,
Like
no,
you just
no,
like
no,
pop
no, no.
in to say hi to all the
Yeah.
the staff there and like and just like buy like a case of something that you
Okay.
that you're kind of low on, but like you'd be fine if you didn't go for another couple weeks.
So I'm reading the chat here, and Criddle over here mentions chicken bakes as well.
Thank you,
No,
Criddle.
you know what?
Let's go.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna get on my bike. I'm gonna go over to our Costco. I think we get the membership for like $20. I'll buy a membership, and I'm gonna try this chicken bake.
Okay, I need you.
I can't wait.
Can
I
you-
can't wait to Vegas for this.
Can you do like a live
will.
like a react
I
to it?
will.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
I will
you.
record myself eating this
Put it
chicken
on
bake.
point of progress. We'll put it on.
Yeah,
point
we'll
of
put on
progress.
point
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Is this
perfect.
something that has to be like? This is something that has to be cooked, or do they?
No,
cook it
it's
there?
No, they cook
no.
it there.
If it's coming from the cafeteria, it's all you're
So I
eating
can
at
eat
the
this in
moment.
the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why people do it. That's
Alright,
where
cool.
usually people they'll
Yeah.
buy it and then they'll do like reactions in their car.
No, I'll take this. I'll drive over to Lakeshore, give a nice little Michigan Lake background, and I'm gonna eat this
Ooh.
chicken bake.
I like the sensuality of that one. That's good. That's good. Treating it nicely before you inhale it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, totally
Wine and
super
dine.
normal.
Exactly. It's like gotta wine and dine before any sort of like fun activities like a beach or something. Like
Damn, chill.
So or some Outlander head.
exactly.
Apparently not great.
Not
So,
great.
like, I don't know.
Not
if you-
great
I don't know-
Outlander
No,
head.
apparently there's some good Outlander head from
There is?
Jamie. I think.
Okay, yes, there are some good Outlander head with Jamie, but we'll get there.
Not from Frank though. Not from
Not
Frank.
No, not
from Frank.
Sadly, not
Use-
for
use
Frank.
his teeth.
Yeah.
Use his teeth.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with this guy?
He just doesn't know,
Yeah.
No, it's
It was the
no,
40s.
it was a tough time for everyone. But yeah, Costco's great, guys. We're not going to continue on that topic. But yeah, how are the rest of my co-hosts? Starting off with Mario, how are you doing today?
Today I'm good.
Good.
I've had a rough go of it the last week or so. I came back from a trip and then all of a sudden just started not feeling great. So a lot of things have been taking a toll on me. I won't go too much into it because it's just something that I'm working on. But I'm able to be here. I'm taking my medications that I need to be, and hopefully this will be something I can clear up soon. But otherwise, yeah, just take care of yourselves. If you're feeling bad, please go to the doctor. Don't
Absolutely.
hold off.
Yeah, don't hold off going to the doctor. Get your weekly checkups. Eat an
absolutely.
apple a day.
Weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly
Yes,
Weekly
your
checkups.
weekly Costco checkups, getting that hot dog.
I mean,
make sure you do it.
I mean, but
True.
the problem with going weekly is it's going to cost you a fortune in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just
Unless you're in
Oh, yeah.
Canada,
yeah, unless you're in
Yeah.
Canada.
If you live-
hey.
and I can.
If you live near a Casey's, make sure you get a slice of pizza every now and then. It's also a thing.
True.
Yeah.
Casey's.
Don't forget to get a prostate exam for fun. You
Yeah.
know, like
Just cause, right?
just 'cause,
Just
yeah.
'cause.
Get your daily prostate exam.
That's right.
Daily.
Doesn't have to be at the hospital.
Nope.
No, actually, you can call anybody over to do it.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people out there that'll do
It's
it
like
for
changing your own
free.
motor oil out of your car.
for-
Right?
I'm
You're
sure
like,
there are apps just for that specifically.
Wow.
Lord. Just pure silence after that.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to.
please.
I was gonna say there's an app called Grinder. It sounds like a pretty great place to go find that kind of stuff. If you know, you know. So Frank, other than your daily exams, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good. I hung out with Mario yesterday. Went to go see that Jonathan Quick movie. It's pretty goddamn great. We'll talk about it a little bit more later. But yeah, I've been doing that. I started Resident Evil 4 remake. We can talk about that a little bit later. And I've been watching a lot of movies and stuff like that. I've just been kind of hanging out. I'm on vacation right now, so I'm on vacation at least until
We love it.
Thursday. So
We love it.
You got a whole week off.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
whole week off. Yeah, I had today off. It was pretty exciting.
Oh,
Pretty
hell yeah.
exciting. Yeah.
I love
Pretty
it. I
sick.
love it.
We should play some Red Dead this week, Fee.
Well, we can play after this podcast. We can go hang
I
out.
feel like he's gonna play some Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, fuck you. Oh my
honestly,
God.
honestly, this podcast is going on for 5 hours. I already
Oh.
know.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's gonna be tomorrow after. It'll be like the actual stream decathlon by the time this podcast ends.
Exactly.
And we're gonna
God.
be like,
I might as well.
Guys,
I was
just
planning on
wanna
cooking
say-
food after this podcast, and I think I'm just gonna order food.
There you go. There you go.
I just want to say I can't wait till crosswords on Sunday because that's gonna be the most shit show of a crossword.
Oh,
that people are gonna be-
absolutely.
oh my god, I cannot wait.
And that's why I'm not in it because I can't. I
Yeah,
can
I'm not
barely.
in it. I
Yeah.
couldn't even play Codenames because my team fucking boycotted me.
Dude, that was
to play Harv.
bullshit, bro.
That's because-
That was.
Okay, Harv, have you heard your descriptions of things?
Yeah, it
Go
was-
back and watch some clips.
I've heard it. You know, like that's when I hear what he said. That's that's the domesticated feline, the cat. You know,
Yeah,
like,
they're uphill cat.
Domesticated feline.
yeah.
oh
You know,
my
like
cat.
God.
you know, I actually started this. Tried to get this trending. It was hashtag beard in the code names, and you know, because he deserved to be his spy master. You know.
Yeah. But my team was like, nah, dude.
Yeah, Kate immediately shut that down. She was like, no. I'm like, please, give him a
You know
give him
who
a
is actually
chance.
really good at code names though? Fee.
You. Thank you.
I usually get everything Fee tells me in code names. I'm like,
Well-
okay, I got this.
We should have been on a team together, Frank. No, I'm just joking. My team was fantastic. No. And on the topic of the stream decathlon, our fearless leader, Harv, how's it going?
Great. I'm so happy I'm not playing any more games of the decathlon. I'm happy because I'm out. But I'm really excited for this weekend when it comes to golf with friends and stuff like that. And
Wow.
yeah, no, I'm doing well. I am I had a long week this week,
Mhm.
but I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's cold, but I'm good. I got a beer ready to go.
Oh yeah,
Nice-
Steamworks.
nice
Yeah, put that up
Steamworks
there.
right here. Nice
Shout out to
Steamworks. This is the
Steamworks.
go-to. This is the go-to
Shout-
right here.
Shout out to this water bottle.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
I got a cider on No Boats on Sunday. It's a peach
There you go.
cider.
I like it. Shout out to Milk.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
God.
straight. Why do you just have a gallon of milk? Excuse me? What the fuck?
Dude, you'll go
What?
into shock if you drink all that milk.
Oh,
There's not
Why
that
are you-
much. There's like a liter or something like that.
liter.
They don't know what a liter is. They don't know what a liter is, dude.
It's
Why-
fine. It's
wait,
fine. It's a
I've
gallon.
had
It's
four
a gallon of milk.
bowls. I had 4 bowls of Fruity Pebbles once, and that fucked me up for life. I was fucked up that
4
day.
bowls? Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. Listen, man,
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles delicious.
yeah.
You are like my brother.
I
My
have
brother
something-
will have glasses and glasses of milk, and I have like 2, and I'm like, I'm fucking tapping out. I'm tapping
You
out.
know what? It expi- like the best before is today, so it's gotta go.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
it's-
pounding it
you
back.
have to get rid of
I
it. Got
have
it.
to. Like,
Yeah, you gotta get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
you know, I'm just trying to beat it before it warms up.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Before it
nobody,
warms
nobody likes warm milk.
Nah, unless you heat it up.
At least it's got some
I mean, you
texture.
know what you should have done, Brandon.
What's
You
that?
should have just got some of that Nesquik. Just fucking throw a whole bottle of Nesquik in there, mix it up a little bit.
I think I have some.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh dear. Oh my god.
This is what I wanted this podcast to become, and it's fucking great.
He's got some.
There it
He's
is.
got Nesquik.
There it is.
Yeah,
How much
so
milk do you
you're.
drink?
I just have so much. I have so many questions. What percentage of milk is that?
Oh, this is 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no.
that's a 2%er right there.
But like,
Vegas in
if
the
I
chat says he's drinking a gallon of milk with a shirt that says "Got Milfs."
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, like I like to mix it up. Sometimes I go 3% milk. Sometimes.
Oh, you go with the oh my god, 3%
Yeah.
is too thick. 3% is too thick.
You gotta
Ah,
get,
dude,
you
I-
get a little bit. It's got to be a little chunky. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, you know.
No,
And
no.
so I'm all about, you know, I'll
Like
do.
drinking yogurt.
I can't do skim anymore. I used to do a lot of skim back in
my
the day.
sister does skim. I can't do skim.
It's like,
either
you might as
one
well
or
make-
two.
Yeah, you might as well put water if you're gonna drink skim. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do we
exactly.
need a Do we need a milk tier list?
We'll do
I mean,
one
one and
day.
two, 1 and 2 are the best. If you
S
had to
tier?
pick between the 1 or 2, I'd probably pick 1.
But what's
But,
the
you
best
know,
like Nesquik
I'll
flavor
take two.
though?
I've only had 2. I've only had the pink one
Chocolate?
and the black
The
one.
pink
or
one.
whatever,
Okay,
the
for one,
brown
put
one, yeah.
respect
The
on
answer-
Strawberry's name.
The answer's
Strawberry,
Dude,
is that what it is?
strawberry. Yeah,
Yeah.
strawberries.
Strawberries.
What the
Strawberries.
fuck? All right.
Okay. And I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, this
Hello.
is Fee. How's it going, everybody?
Fee,
I'm your
how's
host
it going?
this week. I'm doing great. Chilling. Definitely not in shock currently. Not confused as to what's going on. Totally a-okay. But yeah, it's been a fun week. Randomly told my boss yesterday, hey, I'm taking tomorrow off, and he said, yup, cool, sounds good. And I said, thumbs up. No, it's because I had a loo day. Because
Ew.
I didn't have for the Canadians who are here will understand I didn't get family day off, so I took today off instead. Also for East Coast Canadians, it is Heritage Day. For Americans, it's confusion. So yeah, it's we're here.
I think it was Columbus Day for them for that time.
No, I
No?
think Canadian Thanksgiving is Columbus Day.
Is it?
I'm
Yeah,
checking,
it's Columbus Day is October the
Oh.
9th, which is the same day that Canadian Thanksgiving is. It's the first Monday in October.
Canadian Thanksgiving kind of the goat.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Canadian
is.
Thanksgiving is
Yeah.
It's always been superior. It's always been
the
superior.
superior. Yeah.
Like, yeah, and you get
every month has a national. Well, mostly has a national holiday, right?
yeah.
Mm.
I think
And
except for
October has
March.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
October has Halloween, dude.
It's not a national holiday. You don't get a day off for it.
Oh,
No,
fair.
some
Yeah.
places do.
I mean,
But that's
Spooky.
just like, you know.
All the
Cool
spooky
people.
places?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
I definitely don't get
Are you
Halloween.
taking Are you taking Halloween off this year, Mario?
I don't. Sure. Why not?
It's like
Ooh.
6 months away.
You didn't take it last year.
Did I not?
What in the...
Yo, I'm gonna take January 1st, 2027 off if that's okay. And
Look,
then, you know,
I-
I'm gonna be taking
My
that
friend,
day
I
off.
like to plan ahead, okay? When it comes to like, oh, I want to go to like a haunted house or some shit like that. If you don't plan ahead with your boys, it'll never get done. It honestly, it just
Fair.
never gets
Hey,
done.
you know what? You're not wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and put that request in right now.
Oh my god. Okay, well, while Mario sets up his days off for the next 5 years, we're gonna get into what we've been playing this week. I'm gonna start off with Brayden. I see that you played some Fortnite this week. Did you get to play the new mode?
I haven't played the Creative 2.0 yet. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to checking out. But this week it was just playing the classic battle royale, just enjoying the new season, and trying to. I think I'm almost unlocked Thunder. He's like the lizard character in the battle pass. Yeah, Harv.
Cutting up sushi.
Yeah, he's sick. He's the coolest like Fortnite original that I've seen in a while. And then other than that, little Metal Gear Solid 3, just with a little throwback.
Fucking classic. It's a good
Fucking
game.
class. Like just even like booting up the game and you just hear Snake Eater.
Oh
Oh my
time.
god,
Just
every
nut.
time.
That
Yeah,
is-
literally, bro.
Actually,
And
Frank, call me real quick.
Is it Snake Eater? Is your ringtone Snake Eater?
are you
Hold on.
ringtone?
I don't even. Where the hell are you on my list? You should have prepped me for this.
Should have been on
Mario.
speed dial, bro.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I know. I mean, first of all, I'm learning a lot about our friendship, and I'm not.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh, it's not even going high for some reason. But yeah, it's Snake Eater. That was so anticlimactic.
That would suck.
I just have to say, out of all this, Mario could have gone into his phone settings and just played the
Played it,
actual
yeah.
Volume is at full volume. I
This
don't know what the hell
man,
happened.
Yeah.
this
Alright.
man
Probably on
wants
silent.
someone to call him to
Yeah, I'm
just
like,
play
what
the
the-
ringtone.
And
Alright.
what's weird is that your name doesn't come up in the M's, so I
You
go
guys
straight to
were-
the M's, and you're not even there. I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, where are you?
Oh, because it's filtered by last name.
Exactly. So it comes
Yeah.
up in the R's, and I'm like, oh, gotta scroll
Yeah.
away to the R.
Oh my god. And you could
So-
have searched it. You can search your contacts, dude.
I don't do
True.
that
You
shit. I don't
both
do
work
that
with
iPhone
cell
shit.
phones. What are you
Okay,
doing?
All right. To be fair on my part,
What is happening?
to be fair on my part, I'm an Android user moving into iPhone, so I'm slowly learning it
Oh
and
my
stuff like
God.
that.
You've had this iPhone since you started this job.
Yeah, you
Which is
don't.
almost a year now at this point.
No, I've only had this iPhone for 4 months.
So
You
Metal
literally
Gear.
can't say anything anymore. Anyway, so Metal Gear
Anyways.
Solid. Tell me about Metal Gear Solid 3. I've never played it. What is it like? Tell me how you like. What is your favorite thing about it? Why did you go back to this game?
I mean, it's so many things. So,
I'm trying to build it just so like for the next 10 minutes we don't get pure chaos.
so Metal Gear Solid 3, it's like a third person, James Bond-esque style game.
Mhm.
It's set in the Cold War, and which is really cool. And what the heck is it? I just find it nostalgic as it brings me back to like my roommate when we were kids. We'd always just like one of the games we'd just take turns playing would be Metal Gear. It was really just like the fourth one a lot, but then he introduced me to like the older ones. But yeah, it's all about stealth, of course. I'm not very good at stealth. What ends up happening is I just end up killing a lot of people, and as stealth goes, and it's just been like on a nostalgia trip. It's kind of neat though, because like if you get hurt or like you get shot, you have to like you go to like your medical stuff and you have to like suture it. Like you don't actually do it or watch. You just click a button and it all kind of goes away. But it's kind of neat that you have to kind of treat the injuries a little more realistic. But
Yeah.
it's so that's
So you're
always
not
nice.
doing the thing from Resident Evil 7 where you just pour some water on yourself.
yeah.
and be like,
Exactly. Yeah, my hand gets cut off in the beginning, and I just
Throw
That's
some water on there, you're good to go, dude.
Legitimately, yeah, it's cool because like the survival menu also has these little like clips that it plays in certain like times when like you like heal yourself. Like if you get leeches, it'll show Snake like putting a cigar on the leeches.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even just like just bandaging them up. Sometimes even eating fish or
Like
snakes
and stuff. Yeah, it's super neat, right? Like
Yeah.
I
This is
love
like
it. And
2004. Like it's
Yeah.
like way ahead of its time.
absolutely. And like you can like I ate a poison dart frog for fun. Like not in real life, of course, but like in the game, and it gave me food poisoning. So I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And to even go farther on that, like if you wanted to then cure that, you could either A, eat an antidote, right? If you have it for some
Yeah.
reason, right? Or B, just spin Snake around in the menu until he just throws up. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that fixes it.
And you're just like, oh, all right, yeah, he just gets it out of the system.
Yeah. I love that game, dude. It's so fucking
It's-
wacky and dumb.
Oh
like,
yeah.
just
But it's so
works.
perfect, man. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's
I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game.
oh man, like
Anyway.
there's rumors that there's like a bunch of them being remade.
That's where I'm gonna if they ever
Yeah.
this is my vouch
guarantee?
I don't know guarantee.
Beard
I
and
guess,
hair
yeah.
guarantee or
Yeah,
your money
yeah.
back.
If
Yeah,
if
true.
they ever make a
Make out?
remake for it,
Yeah.
they make out.
Actually, believe it or not, I
Harv,
might actually
Harv,
have no
you wanna make
Kojima.
out? Wanna make out with him
if they
just-
ever make a Metal Gear Solid remake, I will play it. That would be
Okay.
the first Metal Gear Solid I'm gonna play.
It'd
It'll
be-
probably be 3 of all. If anyone, they're gonna remake any one of them. 3 is like the most.
Well, the rumor is 1.
The
right
rumor is
now.
one with I think with what, Blue Point,
Yeah, Blue Point.
and then I think what is it? Konami's like actually apparently rumored to be working on a 3 remake. So I mean, hopefully we
Konami
get. I'll
making
take both.
games?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh.
And
A
then
game that
I'll-
isn't. What is it? What do they make like the soccer game? I don't even.
oh,
remember the name of
Pez
it.
Soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, we're done with pachinkos and Pez, and let's try some stuff that people love that isn't Metal Gear Survive. Yeah, I just pretend it doesn't exist.
What game? I don't even remember this. It's a
Exactly,
Mandela
right?
effect.
Is this like the Indiana Jones 4 thing where like people don't
No,
remember
because,
what,
like-
Crystal Skull, and then they do
so-
that with Metal Gear Solid Survive?
To not take up like too much time on it, they basically, after the whole Kojima debacle where they fired everybody and then just kind of left Metal Gear Solid 5 to like kind of just be there. They then announced like, hey, we're gonna do another Metal Gear game that isn't with Kojima, but also is super that has like microtransactions and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's a multiplayer game. There's like barely any survival. It's like a zombies like horde based type game.
Yeah,
you
it's-
like set up traps and shit, right?
Yeah, it's like the exact opposite of what Metal Gear is, and people were just like, "No, what the fuck? What is
You're
wrong
like-
with you?"
Like, this is dumb, and I hate it, and I hate myself for wasting 15 minutes on the demo.
I have a question though.
Okay.
What
Okay.
if Kojima actually made this?
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't believe
No,
it.
but
In
what
what if he did? Would sentiment be different at this point?
If Kojima made it, it would have been good. Let's just say that.
Yes.
But he wouldn't make a game like that,
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
which is the reason why I got fired from Metal Gear Solid 5 in the first place, because they wanted to be very predatory in the game with like microtransactions.
Yeah. And then after MGS3 is just the Dead Space remake. Been loving that. I've been enjoying it because it was super like the original was super scary back in the day when I played it, and it's capturing a bit of that. Like it is a little spooky, not all the time, but I still feel the stress.
Yeah, if you had to clench at least once through the game, like just fuck.
Oh, there's many times, especially like you go into one of the bathrooms and then it's like you're in a
I didn't need the
nightclub
noise,
and you're
Frank.
getting jumped. The clench made it better.
That's Isaac
Isn't it-
right there when he's walking into a bathroom.
I don't see any zippers on that suit, Isaac. So he's been holding it for a while.
He just lets it go, man. Like it just
Just lets it
dribbles
go.
out. Yeah.
It's going down the leg.
Yeah. I mean, he's covered in blood and guts most of the time. It just
it doesn't really
just
matter
needs
at
to
that
come
point,
out, man. Like,
Yeah. No, it
I
looks
never
good.
thought about that.
I haven't played the remake yet, but I was like, do I want to play the remake or do I play Callisto Protocol? It looks like the remake's the way to go, honestly.
The remake.
if I had to pick between the two, I would go the remake. Like I've played both, and I like the Callisto Protocol, but like it's hard to beat how special Dead Space is.
I just feel like I played Dead Space 2 years ago. So I feel like
Okay.
everything is a little bit more fresh with me. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to jump into it right away.
For
They
sure.
do
Yeah.
a good job at distinguishing the two.
I
They do a
know,
really good
but
job
like,
at it.
I have like, but the thing is, like, as we're recording right now, Resident Evil 4 remake just came out. So like,
True.
I kind of because I haven't played that since the GameCube. So I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather just play that right now because I don't remember really that much of the story in RE4.
Oh, that's
so,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
On the topic of Resident Evil 4 remake, Frank, how's it? How what do you
Frank's been
think?
playing.
of it? Yeah,
Oh,
Frank's been playing
man.
it. What
I've
are
been-
your thoughts?
So
It was a national
uh,
holiday for him yesterday.
It's a national holiday, dude. Like I was so hyped. I was like, I actually paid extra for the Uber to get us faster home.
You're
So I
like,
could-
That
so-
explains
so
why we
it was
got
good.
from the movie theater to your house in like 10 seconds. That was fucking crazy.
Frank leaned into the driver and said, "Every red light you run is an extra $20."
Yeah.
He just kept going.
And everybody you run over is another extra 50. Just-
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is
Yeah,
that why
they're
he
just
didn't take the
accumulating
highway right
points.
away? Because he just decided to go red lights.
That was crazy though, yeah, because he did it. I paid for it to go faster yet. Yeah, we wound up going slower somehow.
He got the Uber off road. He starts like just driving off track, and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm getting
Dude,
you
I
there."
would pay
Press the
extra.
button, 4x4
If somebody
goes on.
picked me up on an ATV and then just take me straight home, I would fucking pay extra
Really,
for
we
that.
played for Uber fucking crazy taxi is what we really did.
True.
Yeah. No. But yeah, no, Resident Evil 4 remake is really good. I love Resident Evil, man. I eat shit and die Resident Evil. It's one of my favorite franchises. It's one of the bigger ones with Metal Gear, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and Castlevania. Any one of those games that come out, I'm absolutely fucking stoked for, right?
Hell
Funny
yeah.
enough, a lot of them owned by Konami, which is why I'm
gonna
always
say.
so fucking depressed when it comes to video games. Because a lot of them are dead. At least
Hey,
Silent Hill's coming back, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, at least Silent Hill's
Yeah.
coming back. But yeah, no. Resident Evil is one of those games where I'm super hyped to play every time. I love Resident Evil 4. I've played through Mercenaries. I've done the story. I've played through Professional. Did everything you possibly could in Resident Evil. Even played the HD kind of remaster they did, the fan remaster, which is absolutely phenomenal. Capcom, you need to hire those guys because they are fucking really good at what they do. But yeah, no, Resident Evil 4 remake is pretty damn good so far. I don't want to it's kind of hard to say spoil because like
It's like a 20-year-old game or whatever.
it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's been remastered and put onto like almost every single console known to man, including a phone. So
the closest thing into
I mean,
like capturing the same thing that Skyrim does, which is just it's not
Literally.
Exactly.
everywhere.
Literally.
yeah,
They just need RE4 on Amazon Alexa, and then you're good.
I'm pretty sure there's probably a version of it already. It's basically Doom.
Hey, we got
at
the
this
VR
point, like,
version.
It's just
Yeah.
going to be
We're
everywhere.
gonna get the VR version of it not that long ago, so yeah.
True.
Yeah. So this game is widely celebrated. The HD remaster literally pulls absolutely no punches so far. I am up to the point where you fight the lake monster. So I got up to that point. Literally right before this podcast, I completed the lake monster, got to the nearest save and saved, and then I came here.
Nice.
Does it have the same controls as the original, or is it a
No.
little bit different? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
so
God.
assuming they're like
RE4
updated, yeah.
Yeah, RE4 is, if you've ever played any of it was like kind of a new thing with RE4 because it took away from the tank controls and the fixed camera that you used to have and finally gave you like that full like 360 kind of run around view of the game, and as well as its combat where it's like, you know, little laser and stuff like that. So it did a lot of new things. Albeit at the like playing it now, it is a little, you know, after playing RE2, it's definitely dated. So you take RE2's kind of fluid movement where you can kind of almost dodge things and shoot and all that, and then you just throw that into RE4 with some added things like Leon suplexing people. Because you got to have that in a Resident Evil game. Leon literally needs to be an absolute Giga Chad who is like flipping and doing like karate kicks and shit. Because we've had a big distance between rookie cop Leon and RE2, and I fought through Operation Javier Leon after, you know, Resident Evil into Resident Evil 4, right?
Real.
So there's some growth for the character there. And they do show that in the gameplay. The gameplay, the way he handles his weapon is a lot different from the way he like holds it in RE2 because he's very stiff in RE2, whereas this one he like goes into like a John Wick pose if you're like really close to somebody, or he holds it out farther if it's a farther shot, which makes sense because he's this fucking special operation operative now. The way he reloads his guns, everything perfect.
Nice.
They're doing a really good job with it. Even down to the point where they brought back like the shooting galleries from RE4.
Okay.
If you remember the shooting galleries, one of my favorite things about RE4. They brought that back with like a charm system to like replace like the little bottle cap thing that they had in that game, and the charms actually do stuff, which is cool because like yeah. So the charms is cool because I just found out about this last night when I was playing. They give you, instead of it being like draws into like a thing like they used to back in the day, they give you these tokens. It's like a small little pachinko machine almost, not a pachinko machine, like a little raffle thing. And you put these 3 tokens in, and you get a ball based on rarity. And they're all the original models from Resident Evil 4, like the original game. So like all the characters and all the models from that. And then you take these charms based on their rarity, and they give you certain things that you can attach to your case.
Box, right? Yeah. I saw.
That's cool.
I was watching Now Your Parents, and they had like 4 charms inside their boxes.
Yeah,
like from the old Resident Evil game. Yeah,
and they all do certain things. Like I have an herb one. It's like herbs give you 15% more health. I have one that gives me more ammo when I craft pistol ammo. So instead of giving me 15, it gives me 30. Yeah, it's
massive,
really cool. And then a crafting system. Like this may sound weird if anybody's actually seen like the trailers for this game. I've literally not watched one. I don't watch trailers anymore. I don't want to get revealed too much, so I don't. I literally see like 5-minute little snippets of gameplay, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'll buy it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, no, there's a crafting system now. So like if you run low on ammo, you have gunpowder, you have resources, put those shit together, and you got either sniper rifle ammo, shotgun ammo, pistol, or like SMG ammo. It's great. It's so much quicker than RE4. It feels less sluggish, and it feels like they just made the game so much more, I don't know, like perfect. You know what I mean? Because RE4 felt good. This feels better somehow. And even down to like the details and like the way they put like certain secrets and stuff like that. Like if early example, if you've played RE4, there's a fun little thing in the farm where you got to shoot a latch to close the well before you grab the pearl pendant.
Okay.
And if you shoot the pendant before you close the well, the pendant will become dirty. So you sell it for less. So you shoot the thing and then it's a perfect pendant because it goes into the dirty water. They have a very similar puzzle in this one with like a windmill and stuff like that. And I found, oh yeah, if you drop it into the water, it turns it into a dirty pendant. But then later in like a very small little hidden area, they put that same puzzle from RE4, the one I just said, in like a smaller area that you would never look. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. And you just got to know to do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. It's really good. They put a lot of details in for like returning players and new players. I would honestly recommend, just based on what I've played, you don't have to play the original game right now to get into this. Just jump right in. You would even honestly even have to play RE2. They like, yeah, unless you really care about Leon's like rookie cop part, you don't really need RE2 to kind of get where Leon is now. Most people know where Leon is, honestly, based on RE4 more than RE2.
Okay.
When it comes to like Resident Evil storylines, it's very vague and very like weird. Anyways, like
Exactly.
this guy's
Absolutely.
this guy's saved the president's daughter. Where the fuck did the president's daughter even fucking come from? Like, what the hell?
They do explain that. They do explain it.
Yeah. In that game, it's like when you first join the game, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, what?
Yeah. Now Leon goes from rookie cop to I am saving the president's daughter.
Yeah.
Just to gauge the type of ridiculousness these stories go. But I would say the remakes are doing a better job at making them a little bit less ridiculous and more grounded. Because I know people kind of want that from Resident Evil now. I always like the wackiness, but I am welcome to the remakes being more kind of grounded in nature. You know, you get more character development with the actual characters instead of them being like literally one-liner machines.
For sure.
You know what
I mean? And I've been loving the remix. Like it's fantastic. They're almost finally caught up, so they can finally do Dino Crisis. Like it's.
Where's the Dino Crisis remaster, man? Remake. Give me something. Reboot.
Didn't we all think that Exoprimal was supposed to be that, right?
I was so fucking pissed when I saw that name.
Same, dude. When I seen and then they were coming out of this fucking like time rift things, I think I just broke down on the inside. I was like, these guys fucking hate me. Like
Capcom, why do you hate Dino Crisis? What did Regina do?
Like, all she did was go back in time to try and save Dylan. Like, what the fuck, man? Like
come on, Capcom. Why? And what's fucked up is that they have like models that like, they know Dino Crisis exists. There's references to it like in like 2 and like in 3, and I'm like, come on, guys.
Like, why you gotta do this, man? Like, just bring it back. It's coming. Like, I fully believe it's coming.
If you wait long enough, it's gonna come.
Yeah, and the day it comes, I'm gonna get there's a collector's edition. I'll get multiple copies. I don't even care. Like, it's gonna be. I'll
buy a dinosaur. I want a dinosaur statue,
dude. Like, I'll do it all, man. I'll buy it on 2 different systems if I need to. I won't even have the other system. I'll just buy it. You know. Like,
I wonder if they'll look at Exoprimal and will be like, you know what? Not enough people are interested in dinosaurs.
Dude, don't say that, man.
Stop.
That's like a thing that could happen. They'd be like, man, they don't care.
Maybe Exoprimal was the feeler. It's like, are people even interested in dinosaurs? I am. That would be cool.
Yeah, I got some games I could show you after, Frank, that you might like.
Was it Dino Crisis? That was that N64?
No, that's PS1. I have the jewel disc over there in my little shelf somewhere.
I got the first and second one. They're just sitting on my shelf, bro.
I even bought those on the PlayStation Store on the PS3 just to preserve them.
I always have them. I have them on my PC. I have physical copies, and they're on my PlayStation 3.
The difference, though, Lavstar,
my Vita.
when you say that Silksong also first time, Silksong, we know it's coming at some point because that's already been announced.
Oh yeah,
Dino Crisis has never been announced before, so we don't know if that's ever gonna go.
Are we gonna get Devil May Cry 6 before we get a Dino Crisis? Anything?
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll get like 3 new IPs from Capcom before they even consider it.
Well, Capcom's got Street Fighter coming out this year.
Yeah.
They got Resident Evil that came out this year. They're probably gonna do Resident Evil 9 next, if anything.
Probably.
Right?
And then like a 5 remake.
Okay,
stop
hold
here.
on.
Just stop
Hold
here.
on, hold on. No.
We don't
hold
need
on.
5.
I want
We
to talk
don't
about
need
this.
5.
I want to talk about this. I was just thinking about this last night while I was playing Resident Evil 4. I'm like, wow, this game looks fucking amazing. Holy shit, we might actually get a 5 remake.
Make 1 again. Why don't you guys just
Okay,
go
here.
back and make 1?
But here's the question. Here's the question, right? One is the one remake is fine. Okay, put some respect on that GameCube's game. Okay, like
For sure.
that game, that remake. You don't need to remake the remake. The remake's good enough.
You didn't. These guys did not have to make remake 4. They did not have to do this. Your argument does not hold water.
But 5, right? 5.
Yeah, because
1. Do you think this game's even gonna have fucking co-op?
I don't think
anymore.
I don't think Resident Evil 5 needs a remake. I think it needs a redo. Personally,
I think so too. I'm
This
wondering if
entire
they just
redo.
changed the whole. Because honestly, that's where we started to deviate a little bit from
For
the
sure.
Resident Evil formula. It started to get started to turn into the movies a little bit, and Mario knows I fucking hate those movies so goddamn much.
and then you leave 6 because it's perfect.
I love those movies.
I'm off this podcast. Have a good one.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay, now we just see RRR.
Yeah.
It freaked me out there for a while. I was like, what? Yeah, I don't know how Resident Evil's gonna go for
I
for
don't
future
know,
things.
man.
They should make 1 again. I don't know why they
Hey, I'm
skipped
all
over
down
remake,
for
but-
Code Veronica. I don't know if you guys brought that up, but I would like to see Claire's story personally.
For sure.
Oh, I'd be okay with that. I wonder why
Yeah.
they skipped all these fucking games and went right to 4.
Yeah,
It's a
Code
great-
Veronica's a weird kind of child that's like some people have played, some people haven't.
I have not. I've played pretty much most of the mainline ones, and then a couple. I played. Is 0 considered a mainline?
No,
Yeah, I mean,
they
I like
literally
that.
do
Actually-
nothing with Rebecca
Actually, he's
True.
at all.
I think if they remake, if they are going to remake another set of games, 1 they should bring back remake 1 again, but with that, then do 0 as well. Maybe incorporate that into the story, so that way
Yeah,
you can add those.
for sure.
Leave them
elements.
together.
I wonder
Yeah.
if would have been a
Say
good
it at the same
idea.
time, I think.
Yeah.
if I remember
Because
correctly.
no, that wouldn't make any sense. I was gonna say, could they just done 3 and Code Veronica together? But that's 2 different characters.
Those are 2
One's Jill,
different,
one's
yeah,
Claire.
and
So
2
yeah,
different time points.
that wouldn't have worked.
So yeah,
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. I just trying to give anything to 3 because 3 is not worth the price that they came out. So I was just like,
3 is not.
Like it's fun, but like
Hey.
it's not like too good.
if you haven't
Yeah, it's not
actually,
2.
I don't know if it's still on sale. I think there's still a Capcom sale. You can actually get 2,
There is.
3, and Resistance for $15. It's a great Steam Deck game.
Oh god, you got to get Resistance though.
It does come with Resistance in that packaging, but at the very least, you'll have 2. I mean, a really
There
great
is
game,
also-
a decent game, and then a multiplayer game.
There's
Yeah,
also
multiplayer.
Square Enix sale going on right now
Yeah.
as well. So if you have
Sure.
not played, Nier is on sale right now as well.
Near one of the best games of all
Fee,
time.
you should probably buy that.
It might be in her near future.
Got
him.
You were also muted, Fee.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. No, Resident Evil's fantastic. Specifically, like 4 is my favorite. Out of all of them, but that's also
Go play
the
4.
one I played the
remake.
most of. So I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did also say that was grounded too earlier, but they keep the campiness in there. They don't
Nice.
sprinkle it as hard as RE4 like original does, but like
Right.
it's still there. Like
Okay.
Leon still talks some shit, and it's sometimes very himbo goofy.
nice. No, I'll definitely have to check it out. There's too many games at the moment though, but someone going back to a game that they've played in a copious amounts of just to try to find a way to revamp it. How is Elden Ring Bingo going, Harv?
Harv, happy 1 year
Fuck is
anniversary.
Elden Ring Bingo.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Oh, bravo.
If I had to take a
Yeah, it's Elden
yeah,
Ring.
if I had to take a guess, Harv, it's kind of like you just have the bingo sheet and you have to do specific things, like randomized things.
That's pretty much what
Yeah.
it is. Yes, that you just go around the map and do specific things that are on the bingo card. And I'm trying. I am trying my hardest to see how much excitement I can get within our community to like do bingo when it comes to Elden Ring. And I'm just like, it's not enough, man. 'Cause, like,
You gotta
I don't
find
think
someone to do like it with. You know what I mean? Like you gotta like.
that's what I want. I want to do it with people, and if I can have like 2-on-2s
Harv,
or
if-
1-on-1
if you
or
want,
ones.
Since this is my mom's favorite game, she would love to play bingo with you. So if that's what you
Oh.
need,
Yeah.
There we go.
by all means.
There we go. We get the moms involved. I got the whole
Hey,
fucking,
moms are fantastic. Okay,
Moms are
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, they work
Fantastic.
hard.
Where's
there you
everybody
go.
going? Bingo?
I want because like it's a really cool way to like play the game because there's a whole new twist to it.
For
because
sure.
As people on this podcast have like Fiona, they all know how much I love Elden Ring and how much I've played the shit out of this game.
Is the first. Honestly, this is the
First
first
I'm
time
hearing
I'm
of it,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think out of any time I've seen you live, I don't think I've ever seen you play Elden Ring. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is this
right?
game
Yeah.
about anyway?
Yeah.
So let me tell
Can
you.
you tell me? Can you actually tell me the lore at this point about Elden
Yeah.
Ring?
Can we start?
Yes,
Can we
yes,
start from
you
the
can?
beginning?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know.
In the past there was this tree. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Yeah. But no, I've been doing that. I finished I finished a bingo in about 3 hours, which was like I thought it was gonna take much longer than that. It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that.
Okay.
So
Now, is that for you just to get bingo or to finish the
just
sheet?
bingo?
Just bingo. Yeah. Okay.
Just bingo. Yeah. Once I got into the groove, I got into the groove.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's But again, I'm just trying to find ways to make the game more refreshing to play and stuff like that because it's a game that I would. And they announced the fucking DLC as well. The game's coming
True.
back, guys. Next
Game's
year,
coming
probably next year.
I don't think it
Elden
ever
Ring
left.
round two.
Yeah.
Next year, everybody's gonna be talking about the DLC. So just fair warning. Elden Ring's coming back into the zeitgeist again soon.
I feel like it never left, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like it's always kind of in conversation. I mean, like, it's not like as mainstream, obviously, but I feel like there's that diehard community, like the rest of the Dark Souls.
It's still kind of crazy to think about that we're still talking about this game after a year later.
I mean, yeah, it somehow sneaks into all of our conversations. It's like that one guy at a party who's just like, "Hey, you guys hear about that Elden Ring?" It's like, "Yes, we've been playing it."
Exactly. Other than that, I've been playing some Destiny 2. I've been doing the raid,
nice.
that kind of type thing. I played some Fortnite as well, which I'm enjoying the new season so far. I like it.
It's good.
But yeah, those have been the main things. I have a long week coming here, so I have to do Resident Evil. I have to do Dreamlight Valley because of a sub goal, and then I have to play 10 dates next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for 10 dates because I
You're
saw
gonna
Brett
seduce
playing
them
it.
all. Yeah,
And then I was like, okay, this is gonna be an interesting game.
for sure.
One thing to talk about that really quickly. I started 10 dates. I didn't put it on my list because I didn't put enough thought into playing. I only played it for a small bit, but I played literally for just like 5 minutes, and immediately I recognized the main actress that I'm playing as, and I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I didn't actually. I didn't recognize it. My partner did, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that is the person from fucking Outlander." God damn it! God damn it!
It all comes back
Outlander,
to
it
Outlander.
all
It all
comes
comes
back to
back.
Outlander.
So
God
good.
damn.
So does anybody give any head in 10 dates then, or?
It's a good question. Well, he's only like
Nice.
half a
He's
date
only
in.
five. Yeah,
so,
he's only
yeah.
he's only 5 minutes, and that date is still at the restaurant right now.
I mean, nothing's
to come
stopping you
back.
from getting head at a restaurant. You know, like
Well, that's why they created bathrooms, man.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like they're gonna think you dined and dashed, more like you dined and
Headed.
I don't know.
Dined and
Yeah.
splashed.
Oh, God.
Dined and
it's
splashed.
Oh,
That's right.
God.
Oh my god.
Clipped.
Fee is just like
He's like, I can't.
stun locked.
She's gonna mute the mic and like yell at us, but like
Yeah.
we're like, Fee, you're muted, and she's gonna have a cue card
Then
that
we're gonna
says,
see-
"I know."
And then we're gonna see her cat in the back going, "What the fuck is happening?"
I this was not the week to host. Yeah, cool beans, guys. I guess I'll talk
at
about
the
what I've been
at the end of all this, play Elden Ring.
Yeah, actually just start playing Elden Ring at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
playing. That's no.
What have you been playing, Fee?
I've been playing Vampire Survivors because I didn't do so hot during our stream decathlon, so I decided why not play the game that I didn't do so great on. No, I've been playing that game mostly because I did quite enjoy it.
Nice.
Mario actually gifted it to me
Hell
last
yeah.
year. And so I've just been playing that, which has been a lot of fun. I personally just enjoy trying to figure out like what combinations I need to get to level up certain items and mechanics. Sorry, my cat's like freaking out beside me. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Another thing, actually, thank you, Mario, was Celeste, which he gifted me. I played a solid 20 minutes before I rage quit. So it was great.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
To be fair,
the funniest thing about all this is like
Okay.
Celeste isn't supposed to do that, right? Celeste is a very chill experience.
no.
But I can
But-
see
but-
why it'd be
no, it's
frustrating, dude.
But no, I'm gonna
Okay.
explain what I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Okay,
He's gonna
is
hit you with the
that she
layup.
was going for all the strawberries,
Oh.
and I told her like you don't need to go for the strawberry. The strawberries don't give you anything at the end. Of
They do.
anything. I mean, yes, but there's nothing to do with gameplay.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
But
It doesn't
unlock-
give you like an extra jump
It unlocks
or
levels.
anything. I mean, not for the main story.
It's kind of like post game
Not
stuff.
for the it's post game.
It's
Nothing
post-game.
for the
It's
main
game
story.
It's stuff
Yeah,
you'd wanna-
Nothing for the main story.
Yeah, it doesn't
But-
matter.
you guys know me
Oh yeah.
on this
I know.
podcast.
She's gonna collect everything. She's gonna
And-
do everything you could possibly do.
Correct.
Yes.
And for that reason, your girl turned the game off and then put Vampire Survivors back on. Just because I just needed some time away from that game.
And here's the
but
thing:
yeah.
The one thing.
never buy fee a game
Well, no.
with a character creator in it.
Okay. Yes, I'll never do that. The one,
Wait, what? I love character creators.
That's
I know.
Yeah,
That's-
that's why. No, there's some really great accessibility options. If you're any reason you're like, you know what, I just want to experience the story, you can just do that and just turn that on and still collect all the things.
Because the story is really, really fucking
The
good.
story and the music is and the gameplay is just phenomenal, but it is definitely for not the faint of heart, I would say, at least the start of it. But once you start getting in the motions, you start getting the feedback of how to do it.
I think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it looks great on the Steam Deck.
Mhm.
I was watching a live stream on Twitch on my phone while also playing Celeste, and it was pretty chill. It was a pretty chill vibe. But then I got really upset about trying to get a strawberry that was on top of these particular spikes, and I didn't know how to I wasn't very. I'm good at the mechanics, but not very good. So I kept on falling onto the spikes, even though I needed to be able to get on over the spikes to get this. Anyway, I digress. So it was just we'll come back to it a little bit later on when I had patience. I just didn't have patience this week for it.
That's fair.
But yeah, sometimes
I will
you just
never
work
hear
with it.
from her ever again.
Yeah, totally. Peace out, guys. This is actually my last
Gonna
podcast.
get kidnapped by
Yes,
the guy from
right.
you again.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
It always comes back to fucking Penn Badgley or whatever the fuck his name is.
Wow.
You
well,
said it right.
yeah,
You said it right.
Did
Yeah.
I say it right? Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
You said it right, which is actually a great transition to what we've been watching this week. And even though we had it on the docket, Harv, let's talk about you because we brought up Penn Badgley.
Let's
Oh,
talk
you wanna
about
talk
you.
about me? Okay.
Specifically you. I want to know
Yeah,
like
specifically
everything,
Harv.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I have this this glass case downstairs
Okay.
where like it's very soundproof. It's very soundproof.
Are there books in it?
No, there people are in it.
Oh, okay. Now what
and
do
some-
we eat them?
No,
No.
we don't eat them.
No,
we
okay,
just
okay.
leave them in there until they go crazy and then they try to kill us.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a little
Isn't
like
that
role
really-
reversal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like
Is
Yeah.
that
a
self-defense then, or does that count as self-defense if they try to kill you?
now? Is this
No,
like
I feel like you've done that. I feel like I've already done this to them, so like it's justified. But
Is
yeah,
that
so
like a-
season 4 just came out.
yeah?
The second part of it came out,
Yes.
and which again, I don't know why they did this. It made zero sense
So,
to put this in part.
second part is it
part 2, part 1?
Yeah, it's 1 month apart too. 1 month apart. Like, what the fuck was the point of this?
and now is it the end of the season or is there like a
Yeah.
part 2, part 1?
No, this is not Attack on Titan. Attack
Okay,
on Titans
okay.
are no, because shows don't do that. Only Attack on Titan does this.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, or Kingdom Hearts, one of the two.
Okay.
But it was a good season. Not the best season in my opinion. I feel like the show is just veering off into like this thing where I'm glad the next season is the last season. Let's say that.
Oh, interesting.
I'm
Okay.
glad.
It's
I'm very happy.
overstaying its welcome.
Yeah, I mean it's overstayed its welcome after season
It's on. I think it just finished. What is it on fourth?
Fourth season.
Yeah.
I mean, the third season wasn't that bad. I like the first season still the most. I think the first
Right.
season is the best season of the entire show. But like, yeah, I don't know. I
Webster
feel like
said,
we've
I thought
yeah,
this season was the final one.
no, yeah, there's one more season left. Wait, we just finished 4, right?
We just
Like,
finished 4. Season
okay,
5's
okay.
coming out in
Next year.
next year.
Okay, yeah. So like, it's just one of those things where the more I get it that you can't do the same shit over and over every season, but like they are literally doing the same shit over and over every season, but just like, giving it a different twist.
There's like a slight tweak, so it's like
Yeah, like a slight tweak. Yeah, like a slight tweak. But like I don't know. I like the first season. I feel like it would have been great anthology series. First season done. Boom. We don't need it anymore.
Just somebody
Right.
completely different for the second season,
Yeah, maybe that
Yeah.
that would have been fine. Yeah.
which is probably what they're gonna do once this is all over.
Because the first season was based in New York, and like I feel like New York is the perfect setting for this kind of type thing. And then when
Yeah.
they moved to LA, it was just like, oh, just everything. Then the baggage of LA comes into play and all that kind of stuff. And it's just, yeah.
Yeah, as someone who has who has read, I listened to the audiobooks of the first 3 books. It has strayed so far away from the
Oh,
main
interesting.
storyline to the point where they're not even in the same continent, time zone, or even just like entire story plot.
gotta
Which
love it.
makes no sense to me. To without spoiling anything, in the books, the first season of the show is verbatim what happens in the first book, except for a few like key changes.
right.
Everyone ends up the same way, but in some cases a little bit in a different order, or what events got them to the place that they were at. But then book 2 is completely different to season 2, and then season 3 is way out of the realm of what happened in the book, because technically he ends up in Washington State, which he does not step 1 foot into Washington State in the entire television show. He's now in Europe. He's in England for season 4. So it's just very odd. There's a lot of things that kind of go astray this season. I know that Penn Badgley, the actor, asked to have less scenes with explicit sexual content in it with him in it, because he asked like, hey, can we bring it back, like dial it back a little bit, which they did. There was still definitely some very sexual scenes, and I will definitely let you know, you definitely see a penis, just straight up. No,
Can you give me like a
blur.
time frame?
Yeah,
Sure.
an
It's
episode-
it's
it's
a
in the
one.
first-
It's in the-
Brayden,
first
I have a
part.
website perfect for this. I'll send it to you right away.
Oh,
What's even worse is like
I have a
So,
bookmark. Give me a minute.
Harv and I watched we watched the first part together, and then when we were getting into part 2, I forgot that like I had some friends over, and a friend wanted to specifically see that scene where they saw a penis, and I had to explain to Harv why I turned on you and it just came up to the penis scene, and I'm like, let me explain. A friend of mine wanted to see this, so this is why I'm on this part. It wasn't.
Does
just
your
because
friend
I
not
was
have a
wanting to-
Netflix subscription? Is that why they
He's
need-
just he just does not watch you whatsoever, but wanted to like.
Okay.
He's just like, wait a second. Really?
He
And
just
I'm
didn't
like,
want to make it
yes.
weird and watch it by himself. Got it. Makes sense.
Oh no, he would watch it if he wanted to, but he just doesn't want to watch you.
I want to also preface that like Fee and I had two different ways of thinking when we were coming into this season,
True.
right? Because I think Fee was on the other end where she enjoyed this, like where at least where the first part was going. Because like I
Yes.
remember you were very excited about it because it's like a whodunit kind of type thing, right?
A
For
little
sure.
bit.
Right, because I remember I've only seen the first 2 seasons, I think, and I remember seeing the because the trailer was everywhere on social media when it dropped. I remember like the vibe seemed like it was more like a Glass Onion type thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It feels like that. It feels like that. And then it just fucking unravels at the end, and you're like, "Oh, we're doing this, man. We're doing this." And then I think Fee got into the same page where I am with the show at this point now.
I was so excited the first part. I was just like, I love whodunits. I love
great.
mystery. I like Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, Chef's Kiss, love it. And it just got to a part where it's just like, okay, now it's becoming a little bit transparent on what's going to happen, which there were definitely some parts where Harv and I were both like, oh shit, this is not what we expected, which was what I wanted. But it just kind of strayed too far from the sun. It just strayed so far away, or strayed too close to the sun in this case, because it just
Fucking melted.
it got to a whole new realm. And then I don't know, it's the first season was very much like a guy likes a girl, is obsessed with a girl, and then this stuff happens. Whereas this season it's just like, now we have 8 different characters that you're following along with. You're trying to figure out who done it and why all of these people are dying, because it's a who done it.
Right.
And so you're just trying to figure out like, okay, what's happening here, at the same time that you're the main character, who's Joel Goldberg, who's also going by another name, Jonathan, at this point. And then you get introduced to a number of other characters, which quite frankly totally gave me more gossip, like not the new shitty Gossip Girl, but like the original Gossip Girl vibes, where
Right.
it's just very upper class, but they're in England, obviously. And then you're just like, you like some of the characters more than others. Some of them are just like, I cannot handle you. Also, I have a very strange vibe that they definitely rented out the same like estate as they have in season 3 of Bridgerton, because it has the same outside area when they're playing croquet. It's the same area. And I'm like,
Interesting.
okay, so they
That would
just
make sense.
sort of-
They're both Netflix.
they're both
It would
Netflix,
make
which I
sense.
was just like, I think they reused the same area because they're like, we got this rent out time. Let's bring in
See.
Bridgerton and let's bring in you at the same time.
Is there an episode where Penn Badgley's character Jonathan goes into the Circle House and like accidentally like assumes identity, he kills one of the contestants?
He is now the guy that goes to other Netflix shows and just like shows up now.
It's like, it's definitely the like Deadpool kills the MCU, where he just goes around and kills everyone. It's just he hops in, he's now in the circle, he's then on like what is it?
Oh, yeah.
Love
Just
Island.
kidnapping
then
people left and right.
Stay
Yeah,
away
too
from
hot
Too
to
hot to
handle.
handle, yeah.
stay away from
Yeah.
my queer eye guys. Leave them alone.
I just
Oh my
can't stop
God.
kidnapping.
He hangs
They
out with
just-
the queer eye guys for a second. They give him a makeover because they're like, you grew out your hair this season. This is not for you. We obviously know that you're clean shaven. And then they fixed him up.
I want to see him on like the Circle as his character, where he's like, he doesn't even talk. He just looks at the screen. He's
Just
like,
watches you.
This is
Well,
who you are. This is what you do.
What
I
I
like
No,
what I'm
love,
I
hearing.
can't do his voice. I can't do his voice.
oh God,
It-
It's like Harv ASMR.
it's a time, guys.
Dude, they should do the Circle,
Um,
but it's just all Netflix stars. Anyways, continue.
That'd be
I would
good.
love
That'd
that.
be good, right?
Like, fuck yeah, dude.
celebrity
Yeah.
circle, because they do Celebrity Big Brother in the UK. Why not do Celebrity
Exactly, right?
Circle?
You know, you should pitch that to Netflix, dude.
Damn.
And then boom, you are producing it, directing, whatever it takes. You know, I know you can do
Whatever
it.
it takes. You know what? Do it in this apartment. It's fine. We can put
Yeah.
We can put a team in that room. We can put a team in this room. That's all I got.
Oh my God.
That's how big my apartment is. That's all I got.
I could get a team. I could get a team. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's my and thoughts of you is just like, it's strayed too far away from the main story plot, to the point where it's going to be very difficult for me to watch season 5. And if Harv was available,
I think he's
at
ordering
this
a
point,
pizza.
he is talking probably to the pizza guy at this point, because he's really
Where's my
craving
pizza,
that
man?
He starts
but-
yelling at him.
Fee, can I ask you a question about you?
Absolutely,
How many glass cases out of 5 would you give the newest season to you?
Good question. I would give
Or
it.
technically, do you rate it as a part 1? Do you rate them differently? Part 1 and
Yes.
part 2?
You
Yes.
could
What would
because
you
they were
give-
delivered separately.
How many pen badgeleys would you give for part 1? How many glass boxes would you give for part 2?
But those are different ratings. Okay.
Are they though?
though?
Are they?
I would say I would have to give like a 7.5 pen badge.
No, out of 5.
Oh, out of 5? Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I
Okay.
thought, it'd be
I
pretty
would-
good if it was 7.5 out of 5.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's
I
not
would
pen
give
badgeleys.
I would give 4 pen badgeleys out of 5 for season 1. Season
Okay,
like
season
part
1, part 1.
Sorry.
2.
Like
And a
season
half.
4 part
3
1.
or season 4 part 1.
And then I would give it like maybe like a 3
glass boxes?
glass boxes for the second part.
Okay,
It just
before
got too
I
big.
hit
Okay.
before I have to hit the bathroom and get another beer, I will give this season a 2.5.
For part one or part? Okay, that's part one.
Part one probably a 3.5.
Okay, and part
We'll
two.
say-
So half a Penn
Part
Badgley.
two.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
we
and
gotta
about
cut that in half.
and about 2.5 Penn Badgleys, for the second part. That's
No,
kinda
it's out of
right.
glass boxes.
Oh, out of
Yeah.
glass boxes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Penn Badgley's in the first part, and then
glass
glass
boxes for the second
boxes.
part.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I lost the thread a while ago. What's happening right now?
I would say maybe two maybe two glass boxes, maybe.
Got it. Okay. Now we have a
I'm not gonna-
barometer.
I'm going to say, and this is a slight spoiler for season 4.
That's
I
fine.
think I cheered more that I saw the glass box because I'm like, it's back, baby! The glass box is back, baby! And then I was like,
When we were leading up to it, when he was going down the stairs, and we were leading up to it, it's like, here it comes, Fee. Here it comes. Here comes the black.
I
here
was
comes
so
the box.
excited.
That was
I was
it.
just like, it's the fucking box! Okay,
It's the
because
box.
It's
I
like,
imagine
it's just...
there's people out there because like there's people out there who like make replicas of like the bat suit cave, right? Shit
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
I guarantee you there is somebody out there right now with a glass box replica
Do you know
just
who
because
does?
of you.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Drew Barrymore has a fucking replica, and let me talk to you about that. So
Drew
recently, over
Barrymore
the
is some
past few,
kinky shit.
a few weeks ago on the Drew Barrymore show, her co-host was like, "Okay, it's an entire day all about Drew, and we have a surprise for her." So they blindfold her and they open the curtains, and there's the cage.
Mhm.
And they're just like, okay, I have, just give me a second. I need to open this up. And she hears like this rustling and she's just like, are you opening up a lock? And he's just like, yeah, but don't worry about it. Opens up the door, puts her into the box, closes it again and locks it. And then is just like, okay, take off your blindfold. She takes it off and then she looks around, pure shock, and then looks out at the audience and gets really excited. And then her co-host is just like, so this isn't just your only surprise. We have another person here, the man, the legend. We have Penn Badgley. Penn Badgley comes out and gives her a birthday present because there's in the cage there is a seal-proof box where
Okay.
one side can open.
I'm
and
looking
then
at a
place
picture of this as
something
you're
in, and you
describing this, by
close
the way.
it, and then it's like it's to not like it avoids decontamination, and so one
Like a
side
prison
opens
thing.
up. Yeah, you place it in. You have to close one side for the other door to be able to be open. And he's just like, you shouldn't want this. You should not want all of this. And she's so excited to see him and be in the box. And he's just like, this isn't okay. You should not want this. You
She
should
just-
not want me here. And she's just so
I'm
excited.
getting a
She's
vibe
crying.
that Penn Badgley hates this shit. He's getting a
He
little too
hates
old
it.
for this shit.
He hates Joe Goldberg. He hates him purely. Like, he purely hates his character.
Penn
You
Badgley
could say
gives
Drew-
me the same vibes as Robert Pattinson did for fucking Twilight, where he just like over this shit, just like
No,
talk-
get too old for this shit.
Yeah, I dig it.
Were you gonna say Brayden?
I was gonna say you could say Drew Barrymore wanted Penn Badgley in her box because she was in his.
We're talking about. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I showed Harv this, and Harv's just like, "This is bad." I'm like,
This is
Even Penn Badgley was sitting there. He was like, "What the fuck am I doing right now?"
also,
This man
he
makes
has
TikToks.
fantastic. He has
Kid-
such good TikToks.
Mario, I'm gonna send you a picture of this, and it's literally like Drew Barrymore being like, "This is the greatest day of my life," and Penn Badgley being like, "I fucking hate this," without
This is
saying
not
a
about
word.
it.
I one thing that I hope for this guy, we can once we're done with this, we can go off to something else. But like one thing I'm hoping that he can get other roles now at this point, and maybe try to like
His biggest rumor.
go into something else.
His biggest rumor is he's Fantastic, the lead for Fantastic Four.
That'd be awesome.
It's like
yeah.
Mr. Fantastic. Interesting.
Who? Penn Badgley?
Yeah, as Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh.
I think that's a genius idea, personally.
I think that would be phenomenal.
I think
That'd
he
be
could
cool.
play. Yeah, I think he could. I think he could pull it off. I think in the sense of like
What-
just talking very intricately and fancy words and stuff.
Gonna have fucking inner monologues.
Yeah, exactly. He's already got the inner monologue down. What if
He's got a
that guy?
glass box.
You say he hates Joe Goldberg?
Yeah.
Yes.
What,
the
what if
character.
what if I was the character? I thought that I was like, what if,
Not Goldberg from wrestling. Not Goldberg from wrestling.
Fucking Goldberg.
Who's
He hates
next?
He's like, I hate that bald motherfucker Goldberg.
He's a free agent. He can come at you. He can go at any program now. So there you go. That's
True.
funny.
Oh, man.
that's exciting though.
Yeah.
It's very good. Oh my
No.
god. But yeah, that's our thoughts on you. Obviously, we're not going to spoil it. Harv and I are probably going to have to sit down and actually talk about you. If anyone's ever interested in talking about the season 4 of you with us, let us know, because I would definitely be interested, because it is something else for sure. Also something that is something else completely. Mario, do you want to tell us what HTBASR is? Because I would love to know, because this seems right on brand with what we're talking about right now.
Yes. Following another show that Penn Badgley could absolutely appear on for the Netflix verse, the show that I have been watching. We probably don't remember this. This is something I brought up very early on in this podcast's history, because I think it just dropped then, and I noticed that Netflix had it on my screen. But yes, I am of course talking about How to Build a Sex Room, which is a show on Netflix that you can watch for some reason.
Interesting.
I'm waiting for season 2. Can't wait. Me and my partner both watched it. It is exactly what you think it is. It is a oh my god, what are those home improvement shows, like Property Brothers or whatever the fuck those shows are? Where basically they're like
Homes on Homes.
where they like, hey, we want to do some new things in our lives, and so we need this eccentric host person to come in and just totally decorate and deck out this closet that we have. Can we please put some chains and whips in it? Yes, we can, because that is what the show is. It is, I forgot how many episodes it is. It's like 8 or 9 episodes. But I at first I was just like, this is hilarious. Why not just check this out? And then I got into just the idea of the design of what it takes to actually make these kind of rooms, and specifically
Interesting.
falling in love with certain aspects of rooms. And I'm like, yes, that would be in my room if I had specifically.
Hell yeah.
First of all, shout out to showers. The showers in the show look absolutely incredible. And then, of course, there's some other decor stuff that they do.
Shout out to taking a shower, by the way.
I just
True.
want to say showers are underrated, because like there's so many showers out there that just can't. You need a good shower.
You need a good
You
shower.
need a good shower.
You need a good
Sometimes
shower.
you just walk by somebody, you're like, you need a good fucking shower.
No,
You smell like
Frank,
shit.
Frank,
No,
no,
that's
Frank.
not-
We need
no,
a
that's
good
not what I mean.
shower.
That's-
I
that's
know
fuck
that's
you.
not what you mean.
Is what we need. We need a good. You need enough space. You need.
Okay, I think you and Harv are talking about two different things right now.
well,
Wait, I thought me and Harv are on the same page.
Okay, one, shower sex is fucking, that's hard anyways. In its own
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Two,
Yeah.
the other,
It's slippery when wet.
two, the other thing is you need a shower with a good, intensity.
Yes.
What-
Yes.
Sometimes
Okay.
Sometimes a shower just is like, it's just like a weak ass shit, like it's got no pressure or anything like that. You gotta have a good shower. You gotta have a
just
good
looking at you
shower.
like we're not talking about this.
Well, the one
He's with you with the intensity part, and then Mark's just like, yeah, no.
You're like, we're talking about two different
All right,
things.
I think we checked.
If that water ain't coming out of a damn dildo, then I don't think you guys are talking about the same thing.
What?
No, the showers are normal showers. Don't get me wrong.
No.
There's,
No.
Though they do have like hangers that they have that are just,
Correct. Yeah.
Hangers?
Yeah, they're just like full on. Just hold on, I gotta give it the camera. Just full on things you can hang things on. But overall, the show, it was quirky. It was fun. It was a nice little jaunt. That the way that they actually structured the episodes, which was very interesting, because on a normal like TV show, it would just be the one couple. This show has 2 couples usually, and then you follow their journey, and then you see the room. The way that the show did it, and it was such a sneaky ass like Netflix way to do it, which was they will show you the first couple's room and then tease the second one so you watch the second episode so that you can see how the end result is. And they would do that.
That's Netflix.
It's a genius idea of how they structure their show to make you like want to keep going, because then by the time you get to see the room that you want to see, you're introduced already to the next couple. Then you're like, okay, how are they gonna build a sex room inside of a farm, and like how are they gonna build a sex room out of a van? And then how are they going to build a sex room out of like this
Sex room on the go, dude.
Isn't a barn already a sex room when you think about it?
I mean, it gets messy. That's for
it
sure.
can absolutely get messy.
Okay, I thought we were talking about Outlanders.
No, we're not talking about Outlander yet. We'll get there in a second. But yes, ultimately, I'm just saying, I think if you have nothing to do and you need to waste your time, this is a perfectly good show. I need more people to watch it just so I and my partner can personally get a season 2 because we got to see how else they build out a shower in a cool place. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I watched half the season.
Yeah.
Because it came out last year.
Yes.
Because I randomly remember like one day I specifically remember I was making dinner and I was looking for something to watch while I was making dinner, and I'm like, sure, why not? This is the first thing that came up. So I turned it on.
You laugh, but it's a good dinner show.
It is.
I
No.
know it's an HGTV show. Like it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Also, like, just gonna say, Melanie Rose, fabulous woman.
person.
Like,
I would hang out with her.
Fabulous.
She looked like John Oliver's mother, which is why I loved her.
John Oliver's mother.
Oh my god, she is an absolute delight.
Yes.
And so it's very like it's really interesting to see someone be able to talk about that so positively and so openly, because I know a lot of that type of stuff is just completely just a lot of people just like shame it and then just like don't talk about it whatsoever. But no, fabulous human being. Honestly, I've seen some people even make TikToks about it and talk about it, and fantastic. So honestly, like if you're just looking for some fun, like get a glass of wine and watch an HGTV, but a little bit more inappropriate, this is the type of show for sure.
That was the best part, was the fact that, you know, they could curse, they could say, you know, all these normal things that you don't see in a normal television show, and then all of a sudden a titty shows up and you're like, oh my god, this is like the greatest show ever.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah.
This is like
the show
you're
is
like-
saved.
You're like, go back 10 seconds. I gotta.
But it's-
I missed it. I missed it.
like-
Yeah, freeze frame.
What
Yeah.
I missed the titty.
Honestly, you know what it kind of reminded me of? And it reminded me of like I think I brought it up last time, was like these, like back in the day on like HBO, they had like the real sex documentaries where it was documentary style, but there was boobs in it. Like that's why you'd watch it. This show like had that feeling for it. I was like, all right, you're right. I'm glad this content still exists out there.
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
I'm gonna check it out.
But
Yeah,
that's
totally.
that's how to build a sex dungeon.
Nice. And you also have been watching another show which
Has
we'll
sex
get
dungeons.
into. I mean, it has some interesting situations. Outlander, how has that been going for you?
The checkup on Outlander is that I'm at near the tail end of season 2, where I've experienced a lot. I've already finished part. So basically, Outlander, if just a quick synopsis, which I did not know this, it's basically Terminator.
Oh, cool.
It's a war veteran nurse basically gets time travel to like 1700 Scotland, and basically is trying to find her way back. Falls in love while she's out there, and thus begins this tryst between her future or in the present husband versus her past husband. So that's essentially the plot of the story. At the same time, if you know your Scottish history, some bad things happen. And so she is trying to now prevent that from happening. That's sort of the thrust of what season 2 is about. And so they are trying to do that in Paris. And it's the Paris season where everything's all Paris-y and definitely not fake at all. Because they clearly did not go to Paris, or certain aspects of it at least.
Hell yeah.
But overall, it's a good show. It is a very sexy show, as we keep alluding to. If you watch our pre-show, there's some things in there that I was just like, okay, you know what? HBO Max, you gotta have to step it the fuck up, because there's some shit in here. I'm like, damn, okay. But other than that,
Oh wait, in terms of nudity or in terms of like
Both.
just okay.
both
It's
brutality.
It looks really good.
Yes, I would say the action's actually pretty good. It's a lot of sword play. That's pretty cool in terms of fighting. But ultimately, there's one moment where Jamie fucking straight up pulls an Assassin's Creed move, and it's sort of like comes out of nowhere, busting through a castle. Like, you have no idea. He's on at least 5 floors up. How the fuck is he doing it? The next episode explains how he does it. It's pretty great. But yeah, I would say this show, if you're into like the aspects of like Terminator, in terms of the Fate aspects, and then you like Assassin's Creed. This is basically a good show. But Fee, you wrote this in for me specifically. What were some things that you wanted to ask me or talk about?
Oh, because I know that we had joked about me asking you to message me when you finish season 1.
Oh yes.
Because there was some stuff that happened, which by the way, there's a lot of different warnings as ahead. We're not going to be
Yes.
talking about what happened in it, because it is what I think is also kind of what I'm not going to specifically talk for you, Mario, but there's definitely some things in it which I don't think HBO has even hit
No.
when it comes to making you feel very unnerved. Which yeah, it's so yeah, I just obviously you had messaged me and I will be honest, I did get a chuckle because I was like sitting on my sofa as I got a message from you and you're just like, I think I got to the part, and I'm like, you sure did, buddy. Like, welcome to the what has like I have not gone back to that show specifically because of that. I am going to go back to it
Sure.
because I am very much interested in obviously Scottish history. My family, my ancestors are from Scotland. It's all about the Jacobite War, which is a war that happened between the English and the Northern Scotsmen in the Highlands, which included the MacDonalds and also the MacKinnons. So it's thumbs
That's
up.
the MacKinnons.
Woo! We were very small and we were kind of crazy. But anyway, I digress. I mean, there's a reason why we have a boar with a deer femur through its nose as our symbol.
It's fucking metal.
That's dope.
It's metal as fuck.
It's metal as fuck.
But yeah, no, I wanted to get kind of like your thoughts on it, just to see where you were at with it.
Yeah,
if you're interested in continuing with it, or what were your thoughts?
To talk about like that thing specifically, and I mean, the only content warning that I'll give you is that the show goes through a lot of things that like Game of Thrones has also covered, but like you're kind of saying, it goes further. There's actually an entire episode spent that I was not prepared for that had to do with just that subject entirely. The best way I can describe it is that there's a trigger warning for this. There is an essay that happens, but it's not to a character you would expect. And that is something that I don't think a lot of media covers, specifically about this and the PTSD that could come from it and how that's their struggle throughout seemingly the rest of the season. They definitely covered it in a way that is just, I was kind of numb from it. Like at a certain point, like I was just sort of watching just this go down, but at the same time, it was being as realistic about it as it possibly could. But that said, it's possibly not for everyone. But at the same time, I think that they do a good job of allowing the characters to explore themselves and in multiple ways. But in this instance, this character was able to rise above in the right way, I think. And so I'm excited to see how their journey continues from here. Yeah, the only thing I can honestly say is that I fucking hate the character Frank, but that's just me.
Damn, man, I like Frank. I think he's cool.
I kind of want to watch this show just to see who the fuck this guy is. Like putting some respect on my fucking name. Who the fuck does this Frank guy think he is?
Here's what
put some fucking respect on our names.
This is not a spoiler. This is just basically what the premise of the show. But basically, she's married to somebody in the present time. His name is Frank. He's just a scholar guy. He also he went to war as well. But the thing is that the bad guy of this show is his descendant, and the way that they depict the descendant is it's Frank. So it's him too. So
so same actor,
different descendant. And so the things that guy does, I apply to Frank, even though Frank has nothing to do with it. It's pretty funny because Frank's probably like kind of a nice guy for the most part.
Okay, Frank is legitimately
Frank hate.
He's the most vanilla.
He is the most
jealous.
vanilla.
I don't
And
like this guy.
he's also he's
No.
very much he's very insecure about everything, especially his marriage with Claire.
Yes.
And so it becomes a huge major plot point.
This is
in
a very
season 2.
anti-Frank podcast.
And so I'm sorry, Frank, but Frank is just, I 100% agree that I attest everything that his descendant did on Frank as well. So not only is he a very vanilla, very insecure man, but then also everything that his ancestors did is just absolutely horrendous.
Listen, I'll
Damn.
for that reason,
I'll say
Damn,
this. I'll
man.
say this. His wife left him after he gave her head in a castle, and she went to Scotland in the past. That's how bad that relationship was. That's what I'll say.
Damn.
He's just like, peace out.
He's
I
like,
know what
here's
it was
my-
like season 2 or 1. Bye bye.
Change-
Bye, y'all.
Change locations, said I'm out.
Yeah, the beginning of season 2 is interesting, but it kept making me feel.
How many
lost.
seasons?
There are
There's only
5 on
6?
Netflix.
I don't know.
There are
Yeah.
6 available on Stars, and then 7 and 8, or 7 is a 2-parter. I'm not sure.
Oh
we're
my
getting,
god.
we're getting too far.
We're
We're getting,
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
this
just
is
so
fucked up.
many.
no.
Well, it's just
Jesus
because
Christ.
it's because of how it was distributed. It's originally a Stars
Yeah.
show, and so like Better Call Saul originally was on AMC, but a lot of people
Yeah.
watched it on Netflix, and that's why 5 seasons are Netflix. The place where you find it is AMC, and then Stars, and then the new season's coming out. It's gonna be a 2-parter. But in the same way that I watched Breaking Bad, did the
Oh,
same
another
thing.
2-parter.
So it is what it is. Breaking Bad did it back in the day too as well.
When would we kill this 2-parter? Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
Carl
stop
says it
with
right
these.
here too. Damn, they need to stop with these parts of seasons. They need to. Nobody
Yeah.
likes this trend. Harv is like our liaison for this, man. He's been preaching this since day one.
I'll
don't
say this. I'll
understand.
say this. If it allows for better storytelling and for bigger things to happen, because I know that one of the things that people
These seasons they're already shot. Everything's already
True.
done with these seasons.
Like they're
So
just
why
releasing them.
why are we taking?
But I'm saying if it takes more time to make them develop, I assume there's a reason.
Correct. Because with last year when it came to Stranger Things,
Yes.
the actual art team was we are still working on part 2.
Yes.
We've already posted part 1. We are still working on part 2, and they worked on it until pretty much up until they released part 2. So
They even patch
sometimes
noted
it's
part
because
1.
they're working on it.
Yeah.
Patch notes.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which me and Frank saw a patch note today, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, today. Oh, yeah. That was last night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was nuts. No, for sure. But yeah, Outlander, definitely if you want to watch it, for sure. The books are insanely long. And by that I mean it's 64 hours for the audiobook for I think the second one, and then it gets up to 80 hours into book 3 or 4. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But yeah, totally if you're interested. But yeah, what we're gonna do now is I see a lot of people watched in some capacity 1 or 2 or multiple John Wick movies. So I'm gonna let you guys go to town and talk about John Wick.
All right.
I mean,
So
I
I want to talk about John Wick 2, honestly.
mean that's a great one. It's a great
Yeah.
one. I mean, I just recently rewatched the first one, just because I know 4 was
Dude, me
coming out,
too.
and I was just you know what, I mean they're great.
Yes.
That it still breaks my heart seeing the dog get kicked, and then but just the combat, the gunplay, there's everything about those movies is just chef's kiss.
Dude. That's honestly, weirdly enough. So I did the same thing too. I watched it with a friend of mine, so then I can catch them up to John Wick 4, so maybe we can go see it, right?
Right.
And I will tell you this without spoiling anything: John Wick 4 has a lot of parallels to John Wick 1. To the point where they use
Okay.
you know the song Red Circle that plays in the club?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early
It's a
on,
little
right?
Castlevania song.
Yeah.
That song plays in John Wick 4.
Interesting.
And I'm like, dude, why is there's so many little kind of small little
There's
nods
little
to the first
references
movie
in
in particular?
And a bunch of them, yeah, for sure. There's definitely
That's
some.
sick.
More so than 2 and 3, which I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. So yeah, they're kind of
mean,
paying homage to the original movie a lot in the new one.
Considering that, they did. I mean, look at it. The movie was so well done that it has spawned 3 sequels, and yet they still honestly, I wouldn't even say that the first one was the best one. You know what I mean? I'd say they're all on par with each other, because I at least with the 3.
What
And
would you
plus
say is the best one? Out of just curiosity. We're not going to hold you to the sword here.
The big thing that sticks out with me like is I think it was the third one because the third one has Halle Berry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog like running
Combat?
around like
Yeah.
like dog combat
Oh.
like just like the combat
Yeah.
in 3 just really stuck with
That
me.
felt
It's so
That
good.
felt like to me a Splinter Cell where you like do the ping system and then have the
Mhm.
dogs.
Yeah.
just
Mark and
do it.
execute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so like it was just like, Halle Berry's looking good. She's commanding these dogs. They're like ripping necks out, and they're both just lighting people up. I'm just like, oh my god, like it was. I think I'd have to go 3 based on the fact that I haven't seen 2 in a while. I don't want to like. I don't remember it overly too much, but I just remember like I like 3 a lot. I remember.
To me, 2 still stand. I mean, 3 has like amazing action. They all have amazing action.
Oh, yeah,
2 stands out because of the ending of 2, and when
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Marcus,
that cliffhanger.
yeah, when Marcus is like has the entire like
Like the whole like what is
park,
that?
like it's actually it's Grand Central Park or something like that. Just has a whole freeze, and then you just know that he has to fight everyone.
Everybody,
And
yeah,
now it's
absolutely.
the city.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
So
And it's like
Dude.
it just.
so good.
yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna say like it's just like it was one of those moments where like it was about to get like shit was about to get real, considering like how many people were like in that or like order the like however like I can't what is it I can't remember what the
Under the table.
Yeah, I would even say under the table.
yeah, like then they're just like they're all like, oh, there's like $1 million bounty, all right, like that's
Let's
Yeah,
go.
oh,
On
yeah,
my
like-
flip phone.
Let's get in on this.
yeah, like everyone's got like burner flip phones and shit, and then John Wick's just him and his dog. He's like, all right, here we go.
Is that second movie? I think what makes that one so special out of all of them is like that's our first little like we're deep diving into the continental and like the table
Yeah.
stuff now.
Yeah.
Like
And I
it's
like
now
it.
international. It's not just New York anymore, or it's not just a Russian mob in like a random neighborhood. This is now New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, like, and up to an extension, Italy, I think, if I remember correctly, or
Yes.
Spain, one of the other
One
one.
of the
I
two.
can't remember where exactly it goes in that scene, but and then we ramp up the action even more.
Yes.
It's just like, dude, this movie's insane. And then that cliffhanger ending is just like it made that wait from John Wick 2 to 3 feel like eons.
For sure.
Because it's
And
like we wanted it.
Yeah.
Oh
So bad.
yeah.
But
Like
no good.
Pardon?
No good.
Oh, I was gonna say like I was very fortunate because I got to watch when I originally watched them. I watched all 3 of them in a short period of time,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like I didn't have to wait for that 2 cliffhanger to 3. But man, like, and it was so cool to see like Lawrence Fishburne's character, him big pigeon guy, big
Big
pigeon
pigeon
guy.
guy. Yes.
I love
amazing.
Sky Rats.
But John Wick 4.
I can't wait to watch it.
I won't spoil. Obviously, we're not going to spoil anything
Yeah.
about John Wick 4. It
Yeah,
literally
for
just
sure.
came out.
Just came out like yesterday, I think.
just
Right?
Everything
Yeah.
you expected, everything you want out of a John Wick movie, my friend, you will get out of
Oh,
this.
I
You want
can't
better
wait.
action than the last movie? You thought 3 had good action? 4 literally smacks you upside the fucking face and says, "Nope."
Yeah.
I've only
We're up in the. We somehow found a way to up the ante again. We don't know how, but we did it.
Yeah.
It's just like the Fast and the Furious movies. You don't know where they're gonna go next,
Dude.
but then they just keep going, and you're like, oh, "Fuck! All right, man, here we go."
What people don't understand about these movies is like, yeah, this is great because it has great lore that they kind of sprinkle in every movie that you learn more and more about this world as it goes on. Right?
Absolutely.
But the best part about it is that it's just fucking ridiculous. Just the shit that you see on screen, and that is the best part every time. Is like, what kind of ridiculous shit can we make John Wick do that he'll somehow survive? And this movie does it.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
wild.
amount of shit that's practical.
Oh
It's
yeah,
because Keanu like trains so hard for these, and like
Mhm.
I would love to go through the courses that he does. You know what I mean? Just to like
Yeah.
feel what it's like to be John Wick.
yeah, you can. I mean, you can. You got enough money, they'll do
Yeah,
it. but-
that's just it. I'm waiting on that first big check because that's
Oh,
when
get
I'm
that-
investing
get
in
that
it.
good
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
There.
but yeah, no,
God, you go.
it's
I'll let you
fucking-
talk.
it was so goddamn
Yeah, go
good.
ahead, talk about it.
Like just the combat alone, amazing. The music, they like I said, they do little things with the music there that like kind of harkens back to the original, like some of the original movies.
For sure.
And there's so many good payoffs through it. It's just a blast.
I love it.
there-
I love it.
There's one section in the movie. I will not spoil what happens in it, but it very much reminds me of like oh my god, Mr. Shifty was the name of the game that came out on early, very Hotline Miami.
I was about to say
Oh,
very
okay.
hot Miami.
Very
There's a
Hotline
very
Miami.
very hot Miami.
Very John Wick Hex, which
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was a reference to it. But yeah, that's all I'll say because it is by far one of my favorite sequences I've seen in a video game. Movie.
So good. Yeah, it's so fucking cool.
Come to life, and I'm really excited to see what they do with this series, or because I know there's the television series, I think, or the movie series called Ballerina coming out next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
very
I wanted
curious
to
see
bring that
how
up too.
goes.
I didn't even know they were
Um,
making a TV series.
Yes,
Yeah, they are.
There's two
within
actually.
the same universe.
Continental.
Oh, that's sick.
There's Continental and then
Continental.
Ballerina. is
So I'm
another one.
assuming they're not focusing on John. These are just focusing on like
These are
other
other
characters
aspects
within that
the
world. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean,
Which
Keanu
which
Reeves
is
is
what I
sweet.
want to bring up there. It's just like with this movie, there's a character in it, Donnie Chen. I think his name is Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen's character is so fucking cool.
He's so good.
Like, I'm not gonna spoil what he does throughout
Okay,
the movie because I don't
okay.
know if you've seen the trailers or not. I haven't, but dude, this character's so fucking cool.
I'm a huge Johnny Yen fan from way back. He actually,
Okay.
I loved him. Actually, originally from Blade 2. He has a small cameo in Blade 2. But also he is in Star Wars, and he plays.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and to have that character translated in the John Wick world is fantastic. That's basically what
honestly
I'll
one
say.
of the best characters in that movie too.
Yes.
That he's in the
steals
Star
the
Wars.
scene every time he's in it. He has some
Every
of the best
times on it.
He has a great
he does it
delivery.
here too.
Yeah. So good.
You think you can match the absolute Giga Chad that is Keanu Reeves, and you put this man on screen with them, and you're like, I want a fucking movie about that guy.
Well, I mean, Frank, I don't know if you probably know, he's the Ip Man. He does those Ip Man movies.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch some fucking awesome kung fu, definitely check those out.
But I mean, like in that universe, right? Based on his character and stuff like that, because he's a new character in the movie. They do an exceptional job at kind of giving you giving him almost kind of like the John Wick treatment. They kind of sprinkle his information throughout the movie.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, like you know how John Wick started? It was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's just a guy with the dog and a Mustang, and then it's slowly like, oh, he's this guy.
Like,
Oh, he's this guy.
oh,
And it just elevates even
It's like, oh, he is literally Baba Yaga. Like he is like the scariest thing
exactly.
known to man. Like he is the Michael Jordan of his trade.
100%.
Some might
Michael
say.
Jordan is shooting people in the face.
Yeah.
He's Michael Jordan. The Donnie Yen's character is probably Pippin. Like just also up.
Okay,
in there.
okay.
Absolutely. But yeah.
The one thing about those movies that I like is like on the action happening, I love that you see John Wick get tired. You know what I mean? Like it's just like because it's a continuous shot and he's genuinely just like, holy fuck! Like but he can't stop because he knows he'll die.
This isn't a spoiler, but it stuck out to me for that same reason as what you're saying right here. There's a scene where he's just beating the shit out of a guy, right? And it's taking more of a minute because you can tell he's getting a little exhausted. You can hear it. I have to go back and listen because I believe this is the first movie where you can hear the person who he's fighting talk shit back to him.
Oh, interesting.
Like there's a scene where he's like beating somebody up and then the guy's like, let go of me, but you can kind of hear it very lowly in the background because the music's playing and everything like that, but you hear like the guy like talking too. And then after he beats the shit out of him, he just like collapses to the floor and just like sits there for a good minute and is just like trying to breathe as he like slowly gets back up.
Frank, you mentioned something really quick. You brought up the music. The music in this movie is fucking phenomenal. It's on point. Like every track, I listened to it while I was in the shower earlier today.
Hell yeah,
like,
dude.
this is some good shit in here. I just want to go to the gym, get ripped, and listen to the John Wick soundtrack. So
I'm gonna like maybe I should try and convince someone to go see it. I gotta see it. I gotta try and see it on like a Tuesday or something. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
discount
go
Tuesdays,
tomorrow
maybe?
morning.
There's discount.
I'm going
Yeah.
tomorrow morning one more time.
I'll
Shit.
see when my buddy's free and we'll have to just go because like it's one of those movies. He really likes those movies and I was like, fuck, like I'll wait. Like I don't care. Like we gotta see it.
Yeah. I have a tradition with me and my dad. We go to see every single one of them. I haven't seen every single one of them except for the first one because I slept on the first one because I was like, it just sounds like another movie. Then I watched it. I was like, this absolutely
more than a
transcended my
movie.
life.
Yeah.
This is more than a movie. This is actual cinema I'm watching right now.
It's just so well. It's so well shot. It's just everything about it is just well done, and you're just like, okay.
I guess I gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So Yeah,
Oh,
definitely,
God.
definitely worth the rewatch. I think I might have to rewatch 2 now. Now that you're saying this, because I think the first 2, at least for me, or actually for Harv, Fee, and I think they're in Netflix for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know about American Netflix,
They
so
are.
maybe I'll have to watch the second one, and then
All right.
I think I'll figure out a way to watch the third.
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to say, John Wick 2 is the MGS3 of the John Wick universe.
Okay.
Just absolutely elevates it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with the cliffhanger and everything like that. Like, I think
Mhm.
just it really sets the tone for the franchise going forward.
I think it is on
HBO
HBO Max. Yeah.
HBO Max in America. That's what
Yeah.
Aaron said. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, doesn't help me, but
Yeah, it doesn't help us.
Yeah, yeah.
If you guys haven't seen the second one, we can have a movie night. You know what I mean? We've been doing these movie nights every Tuesday, right? Or Tuesday, Wednesday.
Ooh.
True. Tuesdays.
Speaking
Tuesday.
of
No.
movie nights,
Yeah.
we just watched RRR this last week on
damn.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I've been wanting to watch this movie for a long time
True.
since it got announced, and I asked Fee and Frank and pretty much anybody, but I asked them if they wanted to watch RRR. Going into it, it is a Bollywood movie, right? It is a 3-hour movie. It's a musical.
It is a
Cosmos
3-hour
a
movie.
musical. Yeah. It
Hey,
is
that's
considered
one end game. That's not bad. That's not
one
bad.
endgame. Exactly. This movie is fucking awesome. It is so crazy, batshit crazy. But like the story beats of it are like it's written really well. It's just the story beats are done really well as well, where you want them to be. It's so good. It's so good.
It's so fucking good. Like honestly, I joke and jest about the 3-hour time limit, but honestly, I could have gone for another hour.
Interesting.
It was they do not waste your time with those 3 hours. They don't. Like there isn't one
Okay.
bit where they aren't telling you either backstory or future story. Throughout it, the music is fucking phenomenal. The actors are fucking great. The action is fucking over the top and amazing. Everything about the movie was just fucking. It's the John Wick experience. It's
Okay.
that like perfection of like they got everything I like in a movie, and I literally can't ask for more, other than maybe a little bit longer.
Okay. Is there like a way for me to watch this? Like
It's
in
it's on Netflix.
Okay, sick. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. That's where we watched it. The Hindi version is on Netflix. Or you can watch the English dub as well. I recommend it. So when I was talking about this, so there was like a kind of misconception about this when I thought about it, that the whole movie is in Hindi. When we watched it, it was all in Hindi, right?
Right. And did you just put like English subtitles on?
English subtitles,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
As a person that grew up on Hindi movies, as like when I was growing up with my sister, I watched them all
Right.
the time. The movie is originally in Telugu,
Okay.
which is it's like a different language or a different
Like a sub language.
Dialect.
a different
Yeah.
dialect in India. So I don't know if Fee or Frank noticed this, but when they were talking,
It's a little out of sync.
it was out of sync, right?
Yeah.
Because it was in Hindi when they were talking, but in Telugu when they were speaking.
Got it. I was wondering that the whole time, but I thought it was just like a thing, so I didn't want to say anything.
No, yeah. And the funny thing is, one of the actors in there is a Bollywood actor, like straight up Bollywood actor, and all of his lines were all in Hindi, and I was like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
But it's really good. Like it's honestly a really good story, and I think they, as a person that grew up on Bollywood films, it's a little bit different because Bollywood films don't usually have that much action in them and stuff like that. But like
For
this
sure.
this one's got a lot of action, a lot of heart to it, and I think
Mhm.
everybody that was in this movie really kind of like they were like, you know what, we're doing this kind of
Hell
thing.
yeah.
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 And
That's
it's
cool.
really good to see.
Fee, what did you think of this movie?
There were definitely some twists and turns. Like I usually like to like pride myself on kind of knowing what's about to happen. Nope. Not even close. There were
Yeah, we walked
times
in
where
blind.
we like it was really funny because like
Oh yeah, tell them the first thing you said. The first thing you noticed.
I don't even remember. There's so much. What did I notice?
Oh, when there was a random white lady on the screen, like
Oh my
immediately.
God.
He was like, "Oh, hey, a white lady." And I was like, "You guys don't know what this is about, do you?"
Yeah, I was
And I'm like, "Nope."
She's like, oh my god, what? There's a white lady, and I was like, do you guys not know what this story is about?
No, we're going in blind.
We don't know. Like we did not know going into this movie. So it was just like, wait a second. Why is she like why okay, so wild enough. But then like there was just a certain scenes it was just there was times where like we were all laughing and then there's other times where like it definitely hit way too hard.
Mhm.
And like I'm not going to obviously spoil the
Yeah.
movie, would highly recommend watching it. But no, it was really, really well done. It didn't feel like I was watching a 3-hour movie. We did have like a 5-minute intermission, but even though we had a 5-minute intermission, it didn't feel like, oh God, like we have another like 1 hour, like, oh God, we have like it's only been an hour. Like
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And the I know the Broadway musical people are gonna hate me for this. I've never felt so bored or like just I wanted to get out of this movie experience so fast was sitting in a movie theater for 3 hours watching Les Mis with a couple of musical theater people and I nearly was just like I can't do this. And like yeah, there like it was fantastic, don't mind you, but it just felt like okay, this is the end. Oh wait, there's another 2 hours. And
Oh no.
I grew up watching like like longer movies. I grew up with my grandparents, so we ended up watching a lot of movies from like the 50s and 60s, and even older that sometimes had an actual intermission in the middle of the movie. But it did not hit just nearly as well as watching RRR. Like I would definitely sit down and watch that movie again with no complaints.
100%. Easily. Actually, I've been thinking up a pitch. Like what could I possibly tell you to watch this movie and how could I pitch that very fast? And I will say this. There is a scene where a man solos an entire protest. I'm not going to elaborate.
I'm just gonna, I'm taking that out of context. Little John Wick, everyone dies.
Soloed it.
Either that or a truck just drives through him.
Man.
No, it's him. Just him.
Just
It's
one
him.
man.
Just one man.
He's just he's the only protester.
Think like a riot, a
there's
riot
big
level of
protest
protest.
of like thousands of people. He's the one person that solos this entire
One man
Yo.
versus 1,000 people protest.
That's why I like my friends and I know this is a little. I mean, it's my friends and I. We've always watched like Bollywood like action clips like on YouTube, and they're so like over the top hilarious.
But this is the thing. This one isn't like that though.
And
which
that's
is
what
crazy.
that's what has my attention on this because you're like it's not. I'm
One
like,
versus 1,000, but you have to watch it because it somehow makes sense.
It was like it literally was just him like the protester he threw a rock and it hit the painting or like the picture of King George V, which was
Yep.
the king at the time. But yeah, it was just
Oh,
too
dude.
It's the premise is
It's a
the
period
English
piece,
the
technically.
English have like you know how the English took over India at when they're in that time.
yeah.
And it's they rule India and like it's about that time. So like yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is like the action is over the top, but not in a funny way. In like,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, whoa, this is some crazy shit.
So, Harv, you nailed it on the head. It isn't funny or it isn't crazy in a way of like, haha, this is fucking hilarious.
Classic
This is
Bollywood.
crazy in like
this is-
an anime way. Like when you see like an anime like Goku like powering up and beating the shit out of somebody, you're like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. That is literally the action in Triple R. Everything that happens is just hype as shit. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, but it's hype, and that's why it works.
Yeah,
I love it.
They definitely had a and we even said it during a particular scene. They had a Naruto like Sasuke on the top of the like waterfall like 3-episode fight scene in the middle of the movie, and we're like, yes, this is
Just
what
keep it coming.
keep it
Yeah.
coming.
That's
Also,
amazing.
MVP Tiger. The tiger
No,
was
Tiger.
bomb. That freaking
Oh,
tiger.
that's the other thing too about this movie. The CGI in this movie is fucking like outstanding.
Okay.
There were parts where I'm like, I can't tell if this is CGI or practical, because and
Dang.
it would be like a ridiculous thing. But you're like, yeah, I can't tell if it's one or the other right now because it looks that good. The
Shit's got-
animals,
This shit's got bears, deers, tigers.
Oh my god,
dude,
Brayden,
and
So many
they all look
animals, bro.
amazing.
Brayden, Frank's just like So there's a particular scene. There's a shit ton of animals. Shit hits a fan. Frank's just like, why is there a deer? I'm like, Frank, you've not seen an angry, like terrified deer who just wants to get the fuck out of Dodge because he's like spearing everyone with his antlers.
Yes.
And Frank's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, welcome to deer. Deer will kill you.
Look, I'm a city
On
boy,
site.
okay?
I was gonna say
Like
most.
I'm used to them running away.
Moose will
Mhm.
not, but obviously there's not gonna be a moose in the movie. But like,
That would have been sick.
If it was a moose, like that thing would be massive. It would just be like an absolute brick shit house. Where like most deers, like in city land, they look at the car and say, "This is my last stand. This is it.
This is the end.
This is the end."
You know
Like,
what? They
people
wouldn't
get-
even need they wouldn't need all the other animals. They would have just brought a moose.
A moose,
They would
yeah,
have put
yeah,
a fucking moose
exactly.
in there and be like, just
The moose-
slap him.
Is just crazy on its own. Like
Yeah.
I would actually the moose would have been cool. People get fucking bodied in this movie. Like,
Oh, I bet.
They go like I thought this was gonna be like a
There's
like
no
maybe get their
censorship.
ass beat. No, people
Zero
get beat
censorship.
like straight head chopped
Damn.
off, fucking body parts fucking flying everywhere, explosions and shit, shot
You
in the
guys-
face, arrows. Like someone got falcon punched at some point. It's nuts.
is
Yeah.
this just like Bollywood John Wick Naruto? Like
With music.
with music,
numbers.
yeah.
But not cheesy though. That's the fun. That's the crazy thing. Not cheesy or
You've-
corny.
You've sold me on this.
It's
and the
amazing.
story is so good. And the story is so
Yeah.
good.
There,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, dude! And to top it off, it's just the music is really good. The acting is like fucking perfect. Like I
Damn.
cared about these two fucking characters, and there's a twist in there that like blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
I'm into it. I'm into it.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a highly recommend movie for sure. Yeah, it's on, like Harv said, it is on Netflix for Canadians, so it's really
Perfect.
Yeah, just also make sure because Netflix does like to just automatically set it to like English dub for
Yeah.
some reason. I hate that. I hate it so much. But yeah, definitely recommend. Also, I do want to just do what were you gonna say, Harv?
From what I know, I don't think they have a Tengaloo in Netflix. I think Hindi is
No.
the closest you're gonna get. So like Hindi, it's really really good anyways. But like,
Okay.
yeah.
I kind of want to see like that version of it. I wonder if is there a way to get that version of it other than just buy the
Harv
buy the
has that
Blu-ray?
version.
I have the
I think-
Tengaloo version. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
that version. Yeah.
Because that was the original.
But the good thing
but then-
about the version that we were watching, I understood everything they were saying because I know Hindi. So like,
Yeah,
it
fair.
worked out perfectly for me. I was
That's
like, yeah, I know what you guys are talking about.
The rest of you
God.
guys are just like, man, thank God for subtitles.
Yeah, thank God for those. There's really good subtitles too. How are
Oh my
how are the
God.
subtitles in comparison to like what they're actually saying? Like
No, they
usually in
nailed
anime,
it.
like they kind of it's kind of hit and miss.
No,
In
they,
the
For
they,
sure.
they
same
nailed
thing.
they nailed it. They hit it. Yeah, they hit it for the most part. Yeah.
I like it.
I love one of my favorite scenes was when he goes to the market with Jennifer and he's just keeps on calling her like ma'am and she's just like, no, my name is just Jennifer, and he's just thinking that is such a long name, why is her name just Jennifer? Okay. And then later on he's having a conversation with Rum and he's just like, yeah, her name is my name is just Jennifer, and he's just like, no, her name is like her name is Jennifer, that's it, it's nothing else, it's just her name is Jennifer. I'm like, oh my god. He
It's
was
like
so-
Cher.
Something that blew my mind, and we can get off of this after this, is that the crazy white lady that's in there, the one that
Yeah.
wanted blood, she is the same actress that is Elsa in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did not know
Wow,
that.
I've
Vince
not seen her.
Patel, he texted he tweeted it to me. I was like, what? That's crazy.
It's like grab my hand. Sorry, she's grabbing the cup. There she goes. That's where she ended up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Great
But,
movie,
Fun
by the way.
facts.
Great movie.
great movie.
Amazing
Great
movie.
time. Also, I just want to say I'm like I just want to like make it very clear because I know Sly is probably going to check out this episode and then get mad at me. I did like Les Mis. It was just a very long movie,
Oh,
and I
God.
have ADHD, so I'm just like sometimes I can't sit down and watch a movie and it was a lot. It was just a lot. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I love that movie.
Yes, what's up?
I love that movie.
I said it was boring. It was because I couldn't handle it.
That's
it was
fine.
Too much.
Jean Chaichon, the prisoner. 3521, I think his name is. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't
wanna
matter.
contribute.
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up, because I knew you came back too. So I'm like, you know what, I should say I apologize. But anywho, now I have a question. I was away for a hot minute. Did we talk about Creed 3? Because if not, well, y'all can talk about Creed 3.
I
We don't really have
haven't
to.
I haven't watched any Creeds yet.
No, we can skip it.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna skip it
I
because
think we talked
Brayden
about it last
hasn't
week
watched
anyway.
it. But you know what Brayden has watched? How I Met Your Mother.
A lot. It's
A lot. We love
it's
it.
like it's definitely one of my favorite sitcoms.
Nice.
And like it's also one of my favorite shows. But it doesn't top Brooklyn Nine-Nine for me personally. But
Yes. So
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's a
good.
shit.
I love that show. Nine-Nine. Like
Nine-Nine.
it definitely is like. I mean, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is my favorite show of all time. I think, but.
So good.
It's so good. But yeah, How I Met Your Mother, I just been, it's late. I don't get to watch a lot of TV, so like I just kind of throw it on as I'm trying to fall asleep, and I just get to listen to all the great cast do their their normal shenanigans. There's some arcs I can skip nowadays. Like I kind of get tired of the Stella arc personally. Like it's just like, okay, like we get it, Ted. You were left at the fucking altar, bro. Like come on now.
That's
Grow the
what
fuck
I
up,
think
Ted.
of. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I think of when I hear fucking the guy from Attack on Titan yelling about his mom all the time.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god! You
Mom
literally
fucking
didn't make it
died.
past season 1. Oh my. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
You watched one episode. You watched one episode.
All he
Watch
needed.
9.
That's all
Anyways.
he needed.
Anyways,
Yeah,
keep going,
continue.
bro. Keep going, bro.
Oh yeah, like I don't know how far I am in it right now. I think the last one I just was kind of listening to was Marshall. They're like there's always a guy for everything in the office. Marshall was like the fantasy guy.
Yeah.
Or like so he's like worried about all this money he's got on him and stuff like that. And like that's all I kind of remember from the episode. But it's always so funny, like just watching Barney do his stupid stuff.
The funny thing
You
is, Fee and I were rewatching it as well. I think like probably like a month ago or something like that. We were rewatching it, and like because like How I Met Your Father just came out.
Oh yeah,
a
like
while
season
ago.
2 just dropped or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's not. It's good. It's just
But it's not like
it
the
just
same
doesn't have
magic?
The same magic as like How I Met Your Mother does, because How I Met Your Mother just has that like when they have those moments of like just brilliance. I feel like How I Met Your Father just doesn't have those.
And I feel
Maybe
like
we just haven't given enough time yet.
totally fair.
But
I mean, like, it all depends on if it continues to get more seasons, I feel like. And like I also feel like spin-offs in most shows just like don't they just don't capture the same magic, you know what I mean? Because like people are like, oh, they want more of it, but it's like no, they don't. They just want more of the same characters. They don't want different characters.
I think what they got to do in a lot of ways for shows like this is that they have to take some elements of like that are from that original show, but then do something different with it. And what I mean by that is you need to do the Cheers Frasier situation, where you need to do like, all right, Cheers is one thing, and then Frasier is a total other thing. I feel like they just follow the formula.
Separate them entirely.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel like doing literally just the exact same thing is what's making it feel so monotonous.
For sure.
And I wonder if it's a way to like, what if we did do a Barney's show and it's now Barney's adventures in life because we don't know where this character ends or have an
That
idea.
is one of those. Yeah, that is one of those things with like the show, because like the guy owns a bar,
Yes.
right, and like has all these friends, and then it's like we're going through the same kind of motions.
Yeah.
And like people within the group are attracted to each other just like how they were in the show, and it's just like. But I think one of the main things is like they don't go over the top in How I Met Your Father. That's where I think I have the biggest thing with it is like
right.
They don't have a Barney character, and they don't have like the Marshall and Lily characters.
Right.
Don't hit as hard as they do in this one.
Well, like the Lily character's not there half the time because she's in LA.
Yeah,
Well, that's less exciting. Like, why are you gonna have a main character that's not really like? It's more of a supporting character.
Yeah,
I guess.
because they're trying to make it like it's a long, like like nowadays is a long distance relationship,
right?
Kind of stuff. But like it just doesn't work.
No, like I mean, like I'm sure, like that's great that they're doing that, but like in terms of I guess that relationship, but like I feel like if you really want the chemistry, you want them together. You know what I mean? You want them on screen building that rapport. Like that'd be like. Like if people like Friends, I'd be like if Joey was living overseas and he just like made an appearance on the television or like the fucking computer screen once in a while.
That's how I feel about her, is because when she comes on screen, I'm like, I really don't invest into what you do
Yeah,
because like you're never there until now, obviously, but like
right.
The only thing that kind of spices it up a little bit, which I will admit, I watched a few extra episodes of How I Met Your Father. I'm sorry, Harv. I'll go back and watch the other ones with you. Don't look at me like that. But there is a particular scene where she talks about like it's a Valentine's Day episode,
Okay.
and she talks about the fact that like your father loves Valentine's Day, absolutely adores it.
It's a great day.
Great day for some of them. Some of them it's not so much. And by the end of the episode, obviously one of the characters hated Valentine's Day, but at the end of the episode,
It's
he's
like
like,
the
maybe
cliche.
it's not so bad.
Right.
Exactly. But what spiced it up a little bit when they were going to like the different guys in her life that like either liked it or loved it or like hated it, they also went to the guy who's playing the like Marshall character. They showed Sid. They're just like, he loves Valentine's Day. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. That might shake it up a little bit. Does he end up actually marrying the person who's like the Lily equivalent to
Right.
the Marshall, which is the character's name is Sid. And I'm like, oh, okay, this kind of mixed it up a little bit. Does he actually end up with his fiance who's working in LA? So who knows what's going to happen? And I'm like, okay, this kind of gets me a little bit more enticed with what's going to happen because there's 4 or 5 guys in her life at this point, and you're trying to guess who the father is. And obviously in this one, you don't see who the kid is. She's on a video call because a lot of men in her life, not going to be very clear, Hillary Duff, and then some of the men are like there's an African American character, there's a character like a lot of characters that
it's
are
a multicultural
POCs.
cast. It's a multicultural
Exactly.
cast.
So they can't show him because the
it'll,
moment
like,
they show
give
him,
it
they're just
away.
like, okay, boom. Like obviously,
Right.
it's
Cool.
this-
Process of elimination. We're gonna determine that it's one person. Yeah.
Exactly.
Nah, yeah. I mean, like totally right. Like that makes a lot of sense. Like they
Turns
just,
out you're
Yeah.
adopted. I'm sorry. You know, like that's the
Yeah,
story of
that-
what
that-
that is.
that'd be the
For
only-
me,
Like
that'd be the only plot twist if they were to
for
do
me,
that.
for me, the How I Met
For
Your
the
Mother was
story
never
behind it.
about the mother. It was just about like
It's a
the
journey.
friends hanging out, right?
Yeah.
Like that was
Yes.
the main thing. Whenever they go to the mother in How I Met Your Father, like when they go to like that thing,
Mhm.
I think it just takes me out of the episode every single time because I like Bob Saget's way of telling the story without even involving him at all. Like
Right.
he was never in the episode. The kids were like once you got to the second and third season, the kids weren't even involved at all.
Is Kim Cattrall
Like they were just
a big part of the show? Like she is.
She is.
Just
Yeah,
like
she
she's
is.
on camera.
You
like,
see her. You see
A
her.
lot.
Wow.
You see Kim Cattrall rather than on How I Met Your Mother. You didn't see Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
like
got
so. Oh,
you got
interesting.
To the point. You got to the point of How I Met Your Mother where when they showed the kids, it was the same shot every single time because they
Yes.
didn't record any new
Yes.
scenes with them.
Yeah,
because-
because they had to film everything
Yeah.
right there. Because
Yeah.
like they would have been by the time
Yeah.
that was season 9.
Yeah. They would have been
They-
10 years old.
David Henry would have been like way older, and it would have
Yeah,
not made
But
any
I
sense.
love the narration of Bob Saget so much, and I kind of wish they
It's-
went this way for this show as well,
It's
where they instead of filming her,
yeah.
get her voiceover. I think would have been a much.
It sounds
better
like they took a bunch of elements, threw it in a box, shook it up. It's like, this are the things that we're going to make different. These are the things that we're going to make
Yeah.
the same.
They're like, yeah, they said copy my homework but make it different.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Chat
so they don't
GPT
get
did
the
my
forgery
homework.
kind of type thing, you know.
Yeah.
They don't get that they don't get in trouble for like copying everything, but like let's take elements of it.
Yeah.
and that's the thing is, they would have been. People would have hated it if they were as an exact clone, but people are gonna hate it because it's different too. There's literally no winning. It's just like,
Yeah.
you just gotta like kind of, if you hopefully you like it as is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it to me, and that's my been mantra of the year. Is just like, if you enjoy this, great. This is for you. If you don't,
Yeah,
you can always just
exactly.
move on. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
No, it has to be
Um,
fantastic.
for
because
the-
How I Met Your Mother was great.
So for How I Met Your Mother, then what's your guys' like? Do you guys have a favorite season?
Ooh.
I can't differentiate the seasons.
For some reason,
And
I
the-
really like season 9 a lot, like the last season, just because of
Yes.
like everything that goes on and the fact that it's the whole season's over like 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, like I can kind of care less for the ending. Obviously, like it's like it's fine, like it's nothing special. But leading up to that point, like all the wedding stuff is just
Yeah.
it's great.
Oh, every arc was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it
in
was
season
perfect.
9. And there was a lot of tears to be shed. A lot of the characters. It was really nice to see some overarching kind of storylines.
Yeah.
Like Marshall versus the Machine, the final
Classic.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, so good. Just Marshall's shenanigans, and
Oh,
also
yeah.
just the haunted room and like the entire story plot.
I gotta bang my wife to sleep. We don't fight. All right,
Oh my
man.
God. And then like Linus, it's just like, thank you, Linus. Whenever
Yeah.
she like dropped or like finished a drink and stuff like that. Oh, it was so good.
And like she put like break like a glass. Thank you, Linus. Like something else would
No,
happen. Like there'd be like
I
3 or
remember
4
that episode.
times.
I remember that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Like I love that stuff. Like the plot twist at the end where it was just water the whole time and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was so good.
It's hard for me to differentiate How I Met Your Mother seasons because I feel like they all kind of blend together. Like for me, like if I watch Friends, I know what season that is. If I watch Seinfeld, I know what season that is.
Right.
Right. Like
Yeah.
it's really tough for me when I watch How I Met Your Mother. It's like I feel like it's like just a continuous show to me.
Because it kind of is though, right? Like they have it flowing like really well. I mean, obviously, like because like even what was it from season whatever season was like Lily and Marshall's like wedding, they carried it on like that like right there,
Yeah.
right? Like
There's no
it was
time
like
jumps or anything. Yeah.
there wasn't like any time jumps where like Barney literally said legendary or legend, wait for it, and then the episode ended and season 2 or 3 or whatever started with him saying dairy. Like it was just like perfect. So it never seemed like there was like anything weird about it. It was just like always good flow.
Let's just say with How I Met Your Father, I haven't seen the legendary moment yet. You know?
Okay,
I haven't
okay.
seen that legendary moment.
They didn't lick the Liberty Bell. They didn't.
Oh God! We just recently watched that episode too. The licking the lid. Dude, I love that. That was so good.
It's
So
just like
good.
some of those moments you gotta like really treasure. Like it's like playing firework roulette with your friends. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you guys ever do that?
Like the firework.
No, firework roulette.
Where you like
Well,
light the
oh, wait.
fireworks, you pass them around.
And just
Oh.
throw it. Like we just
No,
threw it
no,
into
no.
into the fire we had one time, and we just
No.
Hope for the best.
We did fuck around with fireworks though, and that was fun because we used to get them from like, I guess you might know where in Hickson, which is like 45 minutes away from where where we lived.
Yeah, I got no idea. But
Yeah, I guess it's in northern BC, but like their fireworks were like you could buy all the fireworks you wanted from that area.
Frank, that's
then
the
bring them
equivalent
all
of
the way up
Indiana
north.
for us.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're legal here in Chicago, so technically we haven't done any of the stuff
Yes.
that we say we do with fireworks.
I haven't shot my father with the fireworks
Yeah.
before.
I haven't blown up an Xbox 360 controller with an M80.
Look,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I haven't blown up a couple fridges. Like I mean, we're all the
I know,
same.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't thrown a bridge off. I haven't thrown a fridge off a bridge before.
Hell yeah, dude. Was it on at least on was the beneath the bridge? Did you happen to hear about if it was frozen?
I mean, I think it was frozen from the tales that people have told me that it was.
Yeah, that's satisfying as hell.
Yeah. It was also apparently on fire as well at the same time.
Oh.
So like, yeah.
Cool, man. That's a way. That'd be a wild time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would have to say season 8 was definitely my favorite. It was
Season 8's
leading up
good.
to season 9. It was we find out about the playbook in the bro code, and also just like the fact that the last thing in the like it's been out for like a decade at this
Oh
point,
yeah,
guys.
like this show's old.
Yeah, no, the fact that the last play was the Robin, the Shabatsky,
Yeah.
and it's just like I cried. Like when I first saw that, I just lost my mind. And then just I like it whenever I hear Simple Song by the Shines plays, I can literally picture in my head that entire scene of them going to like how they ended up like going towards the wedding in the weekend. So then you have like Marshall in the car with his brother, and then he's just like, how are you going to tell Lily, judge? Because you find out that he signed up to be a judge without discussing this with Lily
Before the move to Rome and shit like that. And
exactly.
like, which is crazy, right? Like,
yeah, because you're just like, oh my God, he finally, because this is something he's been working for since season 1.
Yeah,
He,
like
was in law school, he becomes a lawyer, then realizes he wants to become a judge, and then he actually gets to, because applied to be a judge back
And
in
they
like
turned
season
him down or
6.
something like that. Yeah, he didn't
Oh, he was
get
on
it.
like they just put him on hold. They're like, here's your interview, but then they're like, you will hear from us. And then
Yeah,
it was like 2 seasons.
and then they just like, which is like it's probably like one of those things where it's like that's realistic as hell. You know what I mean? Like where they're just like they probably just didn't have a spot, and then a spot opened up, so they're like, "Hey, Marshall, like, are you still interested?" And then it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, like of course he is." And then then he's got to be like, "Oh, but like we're moving to Rome. Can we come back at it in like a year?" Like, and then
Yeah.
obviously it all worked out, but like,
Yeah. And then
but
Ted like building like he like closing his apartment for the last time because we then find out that he's actually going to move to Chicago the minute the wedding's over. He's
which
just
is
going to leave.
crazy. Like you're just like,
Yeah, why would somebody want to move to Chicago? Well,
yeah,
obviously, that's
like
the craziest part of that sentence.
probably for the pizza.
They're pretty decent pizza.
Guys,
That's what
he
I
was
hear.
an architect. Ted the architect.
Ted
Definitely
Mosby,
not the porn
architect.
Oh, God.
That was what a great like moment in the because they didn't wasn't that Barney or something like that. Yeah. And like the was what the heck I'm trying to remember the storyline. Was that like during the what the heck's the captain's wife's name?
Oh God, I forget her name.
But like was that during that time because they were like trying to figure out
Yeah,
because like it was like they're like trying to track Ted down because she thought like Ted cheated on her or something like that or like was seeing out somebody else. I can't remember, but
wait, no, that was Robin. I think
oh, it was Robin.
it was when he was dating Robin, and they had a fight, and so then he went out, and so is Robin and Lily.
Oh
And then
yeah.
and so they were just like they had to go around trying to find out who because it was just like yeah Ted left with one of the ladies and like it shows him like in a talking circle with a bunch of other people who were like like potential lawyers and they were talking about he was telling them all about architecture. Oh my
Yeah.
God, so good. Oh my God.
I
It's
love that how passionate he is about his like his shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, like it just like he ended up just going home and going to bed, and Barney was like, "Yeah, Ted
I'm just gonna be
Mosby,
Ted the
architect." Yeah, just like the coolest like porn name ever.
The best.
Shout out to him.
All right. So yeah, that was all our chat about How I Met Your Mother. You want to talk to us about Mando, Frank, or
I want to take this moment instead of Mando. Go watch the new episode. It's really good.
okay?
I want to take this moment to tell everybody when you get a chance, go on YouTube. If you enjoy the John Wick series, you type in a movie that me and Mario saw a trailer for last night called Sisu.
That's right.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, SISU. Maybe
Alright,
we'll
let's
show.
see.
Maybe if we have time after the podcast, it's a really short trailer. It's like 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Okay.
But it is an experience. That trailer is an experience.
Yeah, and you might
Really-
be in your
really cool.
It might be in your experience when you watch it at John Wick this weekend. But yeah, it was we were like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, you sold me on a trailer. That was good. We're gonna
Yep.
watch the next movie.
That
I always
was-
like that.
Yeah, and maybe if we
Yeah.
have time after the podcast, we'll show. It's like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So maybe.
Okay,
But,
cool.
Yeah, all right, go watch that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. I just saw
fuck
the
Mando.
thumbnail for that trailer, and I'm
Oh, really?
dumbfounded.
What
Yeah,
is the thumbnail for this trailer?
It might be a guy with a sword through his, like a knife through his head, and he's just like this. Like it looks like
Cool.
like a knife sticking out from the
Hold
side of
on.
his head.
Hell
He's
yeah.
just like,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I love one of those headbands. You know what I mean? Like where they had like the knife through it back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you can still get them, but like,
wow.
or like an
Yes.
axe.
Yep.
Because me and
Ooh.
Mario saw this trailer blind. Like it just came up and we're just like, oh, this looks cool. And then
Yeah.
like it just gets in.
It just
Into it.
escalates,
It
and you're just like,
escalates in a very
That's
John Wick way. But you'll know
amazing.
why. You'll know why. once you
okay,
watch the trailer.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a wild time. And the only other thing I've watched this week was Yellow Jackets, which I'll get into next episode. But it is it's hitting hard already, and it's already only season 1. It's a weekly release.
Okay.
For people who are interested, it is about this soccer team in the 90s, an all-girls soccer team end up going on a plane to go to nationals, and then they end up crashing in the middle of the woods, and they have to live out there for 18 months. And shit hits the fan really quickly when they realize that it's a full 4-season area, and they have to live off the in the wilderness after this plane crash, and shit hits the fan. And
Okay.
it's kind of a parallel between them back in the the 90s, sorry, and you're seeing what happened and what played out then, including deaths of different students, and just the shenanigans that occur in season 1, and also present day, and why all of this is getting kind of like brought back to the surface, and why they have to relive what they went through back in the 90s. So it's very, very good. It's a really star-studded cast. This season has Elijah Wood in it. He's one of the characters. So it's pretty exciting. I'm honestly really excited to see it on a weekly basis, not just like all in one sitting.
Did you do that for the first season? For all in one sitting?
I watched all the episodes except for the last 2 because I had caught up to all the episodes, and then I was watching weekly until the season finale.
Okay.
So I definitely don't regret that by any means. And I'm really excited to, like, if I could go back, I would do the same thing again. But I think kind of the suspense of the series needs to be a weekly release rather than just all in once.
Right.
So really excited because they even like left this episode on a cliffhanger because you're just like, wait, what the fuck? And then it's like end of episode. And you're like, wait a second. Like, I'm like, I'm excited to see that kind of come back. I know there's a lot of shows that are currently doing that right now. We're seeing that with The Mandalorian. We see that a lot with like Disney types of shows. Sometimes they do just a full dump of a season, but I'm excited to just have it on a weekly basis.
Quick question on that show. It stars Melanie Linsky and a bunch of other people. Elijah Wood being on that show. I just want to say they were in a great movie together, specifically Melanie Linsky and Elijah Wood. The movie's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. It's very dark.
Interesting.
Very great. So I would recommend that. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have a question.
Sure.
Does anybody eat anybody?
I can confirm because we see that on season 1, episode 1 in the first 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Someone's getting eaten. There's a lot of eating.
All right. I'm writing this show
Harv,
down.
you are muted.
There's an occult stuff. There is poisoning that happens. There's murder. There is people talking to dead corpses because they're having kind of like mental breakdowns on the fact that their best friend died. It's just random shit that's occurring. There's a lot of stuff happening. And
it's one of the shows that I regret not going back to because I want to come back to, because I think we watched the first 3 episodes of it. I think.
Harv, we will watch the show this week. We will put a pause on the other show that we're watching, and we will rewatch the show.
I
don't know.
We got this. What do you mean you don't know?
We don't got this. No, we don't.
What do you mean?
Where's the confidence?
I don't have any faith in this at all. We're not gonna. I'll rewatch the first season. I'm gonna watch because I need to watch that and Succession this week.
Oh my
God. So I need to watch both.
There's a lot
at this point. So
Wow.
I'm gonna rewatch and then because like we're getting to the good shit. We're getting to the good. We can't put it on pause. We can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
getting to the good shit.
Yeah.
Now.
We'll talk about what Harv and I've been watching next week. Because apparently we're getting into the good stuff. So
I'm getting into the good shit.
In the good shit.
We're
So
getting
next
to the
week.
shit. We're getting into the shit where like the sex dungeon's already been built. You know, it's already been built.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He doesn't love.
Fuck, you know what I mean?
Also,
doesn't
I just
love
want to
me
say
at
we are
swing.
not watching anything like inappropriate. We're not watching we're not just sitting there watching porn or anything like that. That is not what we're doing.
They're just watching like sex dungeon porn.
I just
you
wanna
know, they're
say-
just like
I just wanna
diving
say-
in.
This
How to
happened-
build
hold
a
on.
sex dungeon mixed with you.
Hold on. This
Exactly.
happened way too fast. But at one point Harv went, we're gonna fuck, and he took a swing when he did that.
It's gonna get fucking
wild.
wild.
I was like, yeah.
There was just like no like
There's no in between.
no in between. Yeah,
So fast.
Yeah.
we're gonna. Yeah,
All
that's,
right.
that's the best way to go, man.
God damn.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna spoil. My only hint to all of you is I've been having a very heavy David Boreanaz week. Is all I'm gonna say because I've been watching 2 shows very David heavy.
You're watching
So
Angels
yeah, we'll get it.
and Bones.
Who knows? We'll talk about that next
Oh
week.
Lord.
Because we're gonna get into what we've been reading. So, Brayden, what are you reading?
I'm reading my 4th year electrical books because I'm in 4th year right now. So I'm learning about, high voltage transformers. Like nothing like really that exciting. Like we just finished a review on like a lot of the mathematical stuff. So now we're just working on some structured cable systems and next week's high voltage. And it's just part of class. So like I don't normally like really read that much in general, but like in school it kind of makes me read. So
Okay, what are you in school for?
electrical.
Okay, cool. What specifically electrical?
Well, so like I'm like a Power Ranger or an electrician, some
Power
might say.
Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So-
if you were like trying to do like dealing with like massive transformers or like I don't know.
It-
Yeah,
it's
are you-
it-
Are you helping? Are you
some
building?
massive Transformers?
Are you building Autobots and Decepticons? What you doing with this?
No, I'm just wondering because I know there's multiple parts to like.
so there's a lot of different brackets. Like there's like industrial, which you deal with like larger
Thank you.
transformers. There's
Okay.
there's like commercial, which is like businesses and stuff like that, and then there's residential, which
Which
is like
one do
your
you
normal
do
homes
in
and
order to
shit.
get a job at Robotech? Let me know which one.
Yeah, it's probably commercial / industrial.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But then there's also like people who like bring the power to you. Like for us, it's BC Hydro.
That's where I
And-
work.
Is this a BC Hydro ad?
Like, could be. But yeah, so yeah, I've been reading those. It's pretty interesting to do the review. I mean, like it's cool because I like the math. It's all like trigonometry and stuff like that, so it's a lot of fun. And then
I'm mad. I wasn't quick enough to say fucking a Public Enemy joke. He said, "Bring the power to you." God damn it.
and then yeah, like what the heck? And then yeah, just reading the structure. Like just now, it's all into the new stuff up until for the next 8 weeks.
Nice.
All right, yeah, that's on that.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's entertaining, kind of, not really, but like
When do you finish?
May 19th, I write my IP.
Nice.
Oh, so you're almost done
Ooh.
then.
Yeah,
Almost there.
All right.
So close.
Man. Heck yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. So here we go.
Nice. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I know we all
Thank you.
do here. You'll have to tell us the results
Yeah,
once you complete that because that's really intense. So I wish you the best of luck. And
Thank you.
honestly, I could not fathom anything when it comes to math. So I'm just not a math person, guys.
I mean that's fair. A lot of people like that. It's I feel like math's like one of those things you either love or to hate it. There's no
Yeah,
like
I love
in
math.
between. Yeah,
I
same.
love math, yeah.
So it's just like one of those. It's like English. I can't English to save my life. That was my worst subject. But I'm good at math. Good with numbers, kind of.
Yeah.
Fair. No, for sure. But
So
yeah,
bad at English, I had to take it as an elective.
Exactly, man. There was an option.
Oh my god. All right. And I don't think any of the rest of us have been reading anything.
Yeah, I'm
this-
illiterate. Can't read.
You guys read the subtitles of RRR.
Hey, man,
That's
that's
true.
a graphic novel right there if you think about it.
Lord, have
Do anything you
mercy.
put your mind to.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. Like nothing better than the words coming at
My
your
God.
face.
You know what? The only thing I read this week, other than like for some reason I've been on like Blender / like Illustrator / like Photoshop, all this other stuff like TikTok, is I just made Harv like specifically like we just went over like articles about the most expensive RVs.
Okay.
And this was fucking insane.
Oh,
and I
probably
know-
This was
wild.
yeah, to her it was insane. I was like, I've seen these before. And like,
Okay,
she
dude,
was
one
like-
of them had
she
a
was like-
helicopter pad on it. What are you
Yeah,
talking about? I've
damn!
seen this on a
Helicopter
regular
RV.
day,
Wait,
blah,
hold
blah,
on a second. Is this a transformer?
Like, is this thing like the RV like getting picked up by the helicopter when you gotta go
it has
somewhere?
like
a
look at
cargo
the
bomb?
helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, like GTA. Remember how we used to do that thing with the cargo bomb?
Preface: this isn't a big helicopter. This is one of those like 2-seater helicopters that it lands on top of.
Casual 2-seater,
Yeah,
you
just a
know.
casual
Yeah,
2-seater.
It's
Something
a
everyone can afford.
helicopter.
What's
Okay,
the Rolls Royce
also-
of RVs?
Okay.
What's the brand?
So there are RVs that are worth like $4 to $5 million.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. So these
We're so
RVs,
fucking big. You scared away our guests.
these RVs, they have like this stuff, like, you know, like the state of the art kind of like living area and stuff like that, and all that kind of type thing. And plus, they extend out as well, so they make the living room bigger, they make the bedrooms bigger and stuff like that. Yeah, this one that Fee was looking at has a helipad on top, and then it has like a seating area up top as well. But like,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm from a place that a house that is shitty, that you like, that is like a fucking 2-bedroom
Holy
house that's like
shit.
breaking down, is worth $2 million. So like, that to me, that isn't that bad.
That
I think
helicopter is cool as shit. It's like the little sparrow that
it literally looks like the fucking RV that you had in GTA that we had to drive around and we had to drive and go down like in Los Santos. We were trying to go like really hard curbs with this fucking RV that's the size of like 4 buildings, and you're just like, I can't fucking deal with this.
Hey, like,
But
I
no,
made it work, didn't I?
It's just I would just want to say there's a particular RV, and I'm looking this up right now. There's an RV that has two types of RVs, which we've seemed to have lost Harv. Harv's very confused. I did not kick you out.
there he is.
RV.
Okay, so it's there's 2 versions. There's the standard version, which is 2 million. Standard 2 million. Casual. But then there's another variant, which is the standard plus the Bugatti version, which comes with a Bugatti
With a
and a
matching
Bugatti,
Bugatti.
like an
Damn!
actual, like,
Sorry, it's a Bugatti.
There you go.
yeah, it has like an actual area where you can like, and I'm posting this in right now.
But do you drive into it?
No, so it has like this like platform that you drive the car onto, and then it slides in.
Do you guys not know about these? Like where they take the car and it puts it inside your guys' RV?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was fucking possible.
I know that's possible, but dude, this one has like a specific Bugatti option. Like it's $5 extra million for specifically the Bugatti. What is it like the Bugatti version where you can just like, I don't even understand. To be fair, though,
I'd rather have the helicopter, honestly.
I mean, yeah, the helicopter's pretty fucking sick. But once again, the fucking Bugatti version, like, the idea that there's a Bugatti option alone is just so mind-boggling to me.
You woke up in your new Bugatti that was also inside of an RV.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it is wild time. But yeah, that's what I've been reading this week.
But honestly, like in terms of pricing, what you said, 7.7 million. Don't people spend like 100 mil easy on like a fucking like for like those Formula 1 type cars or those supercars? So it seems kind of cheap in comparison, don't you think?
I don't know cars.
Yeah,
like a McLaren. Isn't a McLaren like a good almost 100 mil by itself? Or something like that. Or I might be way overestimated.
I think it's 100,000.
I don't think
100,000. No, I don't think 100,000.
It's not 100 mil. I can tell you. No, I don't think there's a car out there that is $100 million car.
You mean 100 million car? There's $100 million for Ferrari 275 GTB/C lives in a flea market. Yeah.
At a flea market.
It's a 1965.
Yeah,
it's
there we go. Yeah, it's okay. It's an antique car.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm way overestimating.
Isn't that the one that
you can get a McLaren for 2.1 mil.
Isn't that particular?
Man's just like multiplying that bad boy by like 50. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I don't know prices of cars. I don't buy cars.
God.
Okay, we don't drive cars in Chicago. It's
oh my god.
too expensive.
But yeah, it's a wild time for sure. I still can't get past it.
Yeah.
But what this week on what we've been listening to, Brayden, I see that you've been listening to quite a bit of music, and I would love for you, like, I know this is out of order, but you've been listening to twice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So Gino, Tiff, and Lisa have really got me into Twice as of lately. So
Wait, is that
been-
where they got tickets to go see them?
correct.
That's K-pop, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So and they just recently dropped like a new album, Ready to Be,
Yes.
and I've been absolutely loving it. Big fan of Set Me Free, both the Korean and English version.
Yes.
Honestly, like I'm not upset about any of them. Like Moonlight Sunrise hits hard. Like
Mhm.
they all like. I actually really like Got the Thrills too, and of those songs of that
Yeah.
album. But yeah, I've been really liking Twice. Because like Lisa and Tiff have been I've been enrolled in BTS school to really learn about BTS and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's always cool to kind of see like learn about that stuff and like because they're into it, so it's like sure, like I'd love to see like what their passions are and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's how Twice ended up in there. Mostly because with the
Nice.
new album, because they just dropped the music video for friggin' Set Me Free, I believe it was, and that was great. And there's 9 beautiful women.
True.
Yeah.
I freaking love Twice. That's why I like wanted to like shout it out because I've been a fan since like 2017.
I love it.
So fucking good. And I was just like, wait a second, Braid. Like, yes, I'm down to. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I'm so jealous because like obviously like nothing comes here. And
No.
Nothing at all. And no, it's not just because I live on the East Coast.
Toronto.
Fuck. Yeah, I would have to go to Toronto or like Montreal if any.
Right.
But oh my god, so good.
Yeah, but like they don't even do anything in Canada. I don't think like they're not.
No.
Which is a shame because like if they came to Vancouver, I'd go. Like.
I say don't go to Vancouver.
Yeah, like for like such a major city, like.
Yeah.
I don't even think BTS went.
No, BTS went to Toronto, I think, and
right.
that was
I'm interested to see if Taylor Swift comes to Vancouver because I think she has previously, but I don't know if she will this year. Or she'll just do a Toronto show and not come to Vancouver. Which
is like crazy. Yeah, like, these artists be sleeping. Like Drake's coming. Why not like bring these rest of these? I mean, do we just not have a large enough stadium so they won't make enough money? Like,
dude, we have BC Place. We're fine.
It's not even like that big though.
Yeah, but the soccer arena of BC Place is big though.
How many people does it fit?
It's got to fit like 25, 30,000 people.
It's capacity. It is 54,000 people.
Okay, yeah, BC Place. Boom, done. That's like
totally fair, right? Like
you don't need to go to Rogers Arena. Just go to BC Place.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to listen to a lot of stuff just because like music. It just makes the day go by a lot better. You know what I mean? Like especially if I'm just like chilling by myself. Like I'd rather not listen to silence. And then I've been getting into like a little bit of like more podcasts as well, like with like this past weekend, and like T-Pain obviously dropping his new album last week. Absolutely obsessed with it. Have you guys checked it out? Have you guys heard of it?
I've seen the clips of oh my god,
like on TikTok and stuff.
Is it War Pigs is what he did?
That War Pigs is one he did.
Yeah.
Don't Stop Believing. Sharing the Night Together. That's Life. There's a couple more, but
T-Pain is the underrated artist where obviously he comes out,
100%.
drops this mega hit, becomes like you're that guy, but underneath that layer, there is so much more to his what he can do that I'm glad that we're discovering now and coming out more. And he's no longer just being stuck to being that type of dude.
For sure.
Well, I think it's mostly like it. I know some of you have not seen it on this podcast. There was The Masked Singer that came out in 2019 where like he was on season 1 and no one could guess who he was. And then when he won, and he took off his helmet, everyone's just like, wait a second, this is T-Pain? Because he didn't have like auto-tune. He was just being himself, and everyone's just like, wait a second.
His first
he can actually sing.
His first major coming out of that was the Tiny Desk concert thing where he just did it straight vocally, no additional help whatsoever, and it was fantastic. And then obviously there's the documentary that came out where he talked about it a little bit, and talked about how Usher was like told him like he's just that guy, and that sort of made him go into a depression. But yeah, there's definitely some greater aspects that he can do. So I'm actually gonna probably take time and listen to it when I give a chance.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I was gobsmacked when I heard War Pigs. I was just like, wait a second, what the fuck was this?
Yeah, it's like they're like I didn't expect War Pigs, but like it's good. Like I really enjoy it. Like I enjoyed all the was it 7 songs he covers. I enjoyed all of them. I feel like I hear less auto tune in them, but there's still a bit, but they're not as auto tuney as like a normal T-Pain song would be.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like if you've ever, yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard him without auto tune. It's just unreal. Like he worked like so. Like a lot of people I talk to, they're like, yeah, he could definitely just like use auto tune as much as he wants because if he takes it off, he sounds just as good. Like it doesn't matter. Oh, sorry.
He has really good streams.
Yeah. I remember there was a trending video of him when he was doing an opening and he was just like freestyling like his opening on Twitch. And it was crazy. Like I just pop into his streams every once in a while. Like the one time he was just doing like a party and like the camera would just like rotate and like T-Pain would like literally just be chilling, like doing whatever. And then people would be doing like karaoke over there. And I'd be like, oh my God, like imagine like living that lifestyle.
It's kind of crazy to think about like that kind of type thing. Like I don't know if you guys know who Kai Cenat is, like on Twitch as well. Like his streams are batshit crazy as well.
Yeah,
but it's like it's interesting to see like what you watch another stream and then you watch his stream and you're like, this are 2 different fucking worlds, man. Just
100%.
2 different worlds.
like compared to like as like even just the regular day like just chatting streams, like they just take it to like that next level, and it's like, how do you even come up with these ideas? Like, but then they also have the capital to invest into doing it too, right?
True. And he's got a lot of people around him as well, right? So.
Absolutely. So it's just building that network and just doing the weirdest shit, and I love it though. Like I don't ever really watch too much of that kind of stuff live. I just love seeing the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, classic. The rest of them, Baby No Money. I just love Baby No Money, Young Gravy. Those kind of guys.
Yeah.
That's when I first met Ryden.
This is actually true. I was going to a Baby No Money concert.
Yeah, here in Vancouver, and I met Ryden for the first time at that time.
We did. We got to have a beer, some snacks.
Yeah,
and then
nice.
I wish we had more time.
So do I, man. So do I. Like it was like I feel like it was just. It blinked and then we were walking to the venue.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 hours, like 3 hours we could hang out or something like that. I wish it was more, but
same, man.
TwitchCon though, it's gonna change.
TwitchCon, that's right. Are you planning on staying for the week?
I'll be there for at least 5 days, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be sick of me by the time we're done. Let's go.
I can't wait, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah. This past weekend, it's just like Theo Von's podcast. It's just really funny. Like, it just kind of like a distraction, I guess, in the sense of like, just like he just says the most random shit,
Dude.
And I love it.
I love
man.
the shit that he says. He comes up on my TikTok a lot. And I'll just get clips of him just saying the most bonkers shit.
Yeah, and you're like, what? Like, so like I seen enough of them that eventually like I was like, all right, I'll go down this sales funnel and I'll go watch this podcast, and I'm like, all right, now I'm kind of hooked. So like, and it's perfect because like I either listen to him or another podcast like on my commute because I just walk to school, and so I get like I only get like 10-15 minutes of listening, but it's like nice.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's hilarious.
That's what I usually do when I go to work. Well, when I have to go to the office, which is every Tuesday, it's like, dude, it's like 40 minutes of commute. But but I'm literally like, I'm literally in the bus or I'm in like SkyTrain for like 10. But like, having a nice podcast in the morning, just kind of chill out and just kind of just sit there and just not do anything. It's like one of my best times of the day, Because
it's just like you're kind of just like you're just like kind of like prepping for the day mentally, right? And you're just like. And it's like sometimes you don't want like loud music in your ears in the morning. Like I feel like when you just hear like some voices where you don't even have to talk, it's just kind of like a little bit of just sanity. Like it's just nice. Like you're just like, all right, like
Yeah,
Y-
mine
and
the
then you
hockey podcast. Every
hell yeah,
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays they come out with something, and it's a hockey podcast, and I'm just like just
it's
shut my
perfect,
brain
right?
off and just listen to it. Yeah,
Yeah, you're a big hockey guy, so
yeah.
it's always exciting.
Playoffs are starting soon, guys. You guys are gonna get sick of me when I talk about playoffs.
Oh my god.
Is your team gonna make it into the playoffs?
Oh yeah, they're in. New Jersey's in, man. Dude,
Okay,
they're
cool.
in. They're I think they're third in the
You're
conference.
you're like a Devils fan?
I'm a Devils fan.
Interesting.
Dude. From
Interesting.
the very beginning, I've been a Devils fan.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't watch hockey. I played NHL a few times.
Oh, dude, playing NHL with the homies back in the day.
Oh,
Fuck it.
dude.
Just-
You ever play blood hockey?
yes, I have. Yes.
That's just so funny, man. Like, I love that stuff, man. I love it. And then yeah, just on top of the other shit mix, there's just been a lot of Logic as well. Just been. I think it's because I listened. Like I started listening to his latest album because it dropped at the end of February,
Yeah.
and I've been liking that. I like the Seth MacFarlane collab a lot. So
Yeah,
Really good song.
yeah,
Really good song.
yeah. So
Seth MacFarlane's, man, second coming of fucking Sinatra.
oh my, literally, dude. Like, apparently he's got like albums. I didn't even know.
He's got
Yes.
albums with what? Yeah,
Oh
he
my
does a lot of
God.
music and Family Guy. I know that. But
Yeah,
like,
I knew that, but apparently, like, he's released like albums. So like, I could be listening to this guy like regularly. I just kind of like learned about this. I was like, holy shit.
He's got a good voice, man. He's got
It's
a really,
incredible.
really good voice.
Yeah.
So very talented man.
No, I was just like everyone like who's shocked about it. I'm like, yeah, he had like you said, he has albums, like he has multiple. He's like sang on Family Guy, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
he's shown for decades, like at this point, decades that he has a good voice, and everyone's just like, wait a second, he sings, and I'm like, he literally sings Frank Sinatra on Family Guy,
Family
like,
Guy,
multiple
yeah.
times, and he sounds really good. It's just like they didn't just like bring the man back from the dead, and they're like, here's Frank Sinatra. They're like,
I think it's just like the mainstream seeing like I mean like
Exactly,
the like because the fact that it's like all over social media, like where all of us would have known beforehand because we've seen Family Guy. I mean, I didn't know about the albums, but I knew he had an incredible voice just based off of Family Guy.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
everyone's got like a little taste of it, but like
Yeah.
now that it's just like in the mainstream, and plus Logic was like heavily promoting it on TikTok and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like
he had like 5 TikToks, and it would be like Stewie Griffin can sing. Brian
Yeah.
Griffin can sing. It's like,
Yeah. No, he has like a lot of like I'm looking at Spotify right now, and it's like mostly like almost like jazzy kind of like literally like old school kind of like Frank Sinatra music. He even has like literally a music album called Holiday for Swing, and it's all swing jazz music, and it's like a replication of like one of Frank Sinatra's old albums covers, which is like the wreath and then him right in the middle of it.
that's so sick.
It's so good, and it's just, oh my god. I was really excited to hear his like music. Everyone's being like really excited about it now because I'm just like, yes,
Like he deserves it.
Finally.
Like he's so
Logic
talented.
is so
like
he's so talented. 'Cause,
Logic.
like for
Yes.
when it comes to like rap
Yeah.
music and stuff like that, he's really, really talented. One of the things
Absolutely.
that like I think No Pressure came out like a couple years ago, I think it was.
yeah, that was like the one to like, get him out of like Def Jam contract or something like that. Yeah.
And, like the one thing was like in the intro, I think it was the intro one where he talks about Metal Gear, and I was like, oh man, that's fucking cool.
yeah.
Like that's why I like him. Like and like I loved his like I know it's like his appearance in like Last of Us Part 2. It was great. It was great. It was so short, but it was
yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think if they get to that point, we'll see him in the show?
that would be really
They
cool
better-
because
they better
I
do
feel
it.
like his character was around his age anyways.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
so I feel like you might as well, right? Like
I think that'd be kind of fun.
it'd be like a cool like callback to it, you know what I mean? And plus like he's such a fan of the game, like just like the rest of us. It's just he's famous, so he gets him like more into the stuff.
It won't be as jarring as seeing Ed Sheeran and fucking fucking Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
God.
That was the most jarring thing ever.
I forgot about that, to be honest. I never watched Game of Thrones. I just remember when it was coming, and like everyone was like, Ed Sheeran's in Game of Thrones, and it's like, all right, like Did he do good? Was his like his
He sang.
his thing off?
That was the thing he
He
did.
sang.
That's
Oh,
it.
he sang. Like, was it like kind of like he was like a bard-esque
He's
character,
just
and
a
they just
dude.
kinda, like,
yeah, just a guy.
Yeah.
And then
fair enough.
And he had a couple of lines, he was,
Yeah.
They had to give
Oh,
him a
you-
couple lines.
They had to, yeah.
You shot the rabbit. I don't know what the lines were, but like,
Oh, right.
What the fuck is
That's
he?
cool,
Elmer
though.
Fudd?
Yeah,
What the
man.
hell? Lord.
God.
it's crazy how much that show like just is out of people's fucking mind.
I mean,
For
they shouldn't
sure.
have done what they did. That's the thing. They shouldn't have done what they did. But
Yeah.
here's hoping that the Jon Snow show like fixes whatever the hell happened in season 8, because season 8 was. I think they will be able to, because they know.
I'm out.
I'm gonna watch it. I will watch it, and I will be happy when they realize how much they fucked up, because going into it, they all know that everyone hates the last season of Game of Thrones. They have to fix whatever the hell happened.
I couldn't even get through the. I enjoyed House of Dragon, but I can't do it.
I remember when it was playing. I kind of watched one episode because like Brett was like, when we were at TwitchCon, Brett was like, I have to watch this. So I'm like, all right. And then so I'm like kind of watching it, but not really. Mostly on TikTok or like playing with like some dogs. It's just like
That seems like a better time, honestly.
it was, man.
I watched the final episode live with Karl Stevenson, a friend of the show from 6-1 Indie, and the Trophy Room. And we both sat there in silence, not knowing what to say. And I was just like, I was crying, because shocker alert, people died. And it was just like, what the fuck? Why is this how they ended this? And that was like literally Kyle and I's reaction for like 20 minutes after it finished. We're like, what the fuck? Why did this happen the way that it did?
No doubt.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's how that ended.
Who knows? I'm optimistic that they'll fix it, because they should know that they fucked up real bad. They do.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say that they don't. Like, I see Mario looking very skeptical about the entire thing, but like,
I just don't care anymore. So
oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's kind of where. Yeah, that's
Literally,
exactly where I'm
do
at.
not
It's
give a
I just
shit.
want to remember this moment when they actually do release the show, and then you guys are just like, guys, the new Jon Snow show, and then you guys like hype it up because you ended up watching it.
Is it a bad
and
time to
people,
say I
like,
haven't seen Game of Thrones?
But here's the thing.
I mean,
here's the thing,
Frank,
though. Hold
I
on.
know.
Hold on. Hot D came out and said everyone said it was good, and I did not give a shit. I still did not watch it. So like,
Yeah, I watched the first
I
2
don't
episodes,
have-
and I was like,
I just don't have it in me to experience that.
different.
Outlander's filling in that void that I think that
is it
I missed
though?
out.
I think it's just the fact that like I think I'm tired of the Game of Thrones world. I think that's where I'm at. Like anything to do with Game of Thrones. Like what are they gonna fix? Like what are they gonna fix with the Jon Snow show?
Hold on. Why are we going into a whole other podcast at the end of the show? Fuck that.
I mean, we got on the topic of Game of Thrones. I
Thrones.
digress. Anyway,
People still bitter about it.
I mean,
Oh, so many people are. Yeah.
so many people are, but that can be left for another day. When we get Brayden back, when we talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the show I've never watched in my life. I
haven't
love to
seen
be
it
part
either,
of it.
dude.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, man, Game of Thrones is Game of Thrones that. I'm like, I don't really give a shit.
Frank, if you watched it when it came out, you would have loved it. You would
I
have.
did watch it when it came out. I was still fucking bored.
But you would.
I mean, the first season is the first 3 seasons are like
The first season's
immaculate
really good.
television.
After that twist at the end of the first season, I was kind of out.
After that, though, that's not
3
even.
seasons. Yeah, the first 3 seasons of that show are immaculate. Like they're fucking amazing.
Oh,
It's just-
I don't know.
It would have been your
Still,
shit.
it didn't jive with me.
It would have been your personality for a hot second, but yeah, you
Nah.
you missed out on it, which is good.
Nope.
Because fucking look at us talking about
Yeah.
it
Yep.
this much later.
This is what I mean. Like putting all that time and effort into a show and then it just ending badly.
Yeah,
That's why I jump into so many TV shows. Like I don't jump into a lot of them because I'm like, man, that not a lot of people nail that final season. Breaking Bad was a nail biter because I was like, man, this could suck.
Did it suck for you?
No,
not
it was
for me.
good.
thought-
I still need to finish that show.
There you go. Won't spoil it.
Good show. It's a good show.
Things happen.
I've heard
Good
good
ending.
things.
Ends very well.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, a lot of clips end up on my TikTok feed, and I'm like, why? But like, all right. I'm like, I don't know if they're telling me to go do meth or if it's like I should watch the show. Like which?
Should I go make meth? What's
Yeah,
going
like-
on here? What
Yeah,
are we
so I was
doing here?
Oh Lord.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like me on TikTok when I like ended up watching the entirety of the movie The Fall, the one where it's like the two girls end up on that massive like tower in the middle of the desert and stranded there. I ended up
Oh,
watching it on TikTok. It was like 54 parts and I was just like I don't care.
you were just invested. Part 1, part
Part
2.
2,
Part
part
Did you watch this
3.
all in one go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
nice.
my god.
I sure
Yeah.
did. And I was just like, you
Dedication.
know what? I'm like, and you know what was really good about it? Because then I could be like, there's too much dialogue here. I just skip like 5 of them so then I can get to the next scene. I'm just like, this is fantastic. And then I'm like, you
TikTok
know what?
abridged.
I've
And
been
then
watching
like some
Shameless
parts
that
weren't
way,
even
Fee.
there. And then I was just like, you can watch
That's how I get a
Shameless
lot
that
of
way.
I get a lot of
Yeah,
shameless
I just get
clips,
like
too.
there's a random like part
911.
22 of this Shameless clip, and I'm like, I guess I got to get through like I got to catch up. I'm gonna
Exactly.
too far ahead.
Yeah, it's just it's a wild place, TikTok. And
So you're
hopefully
saying I can watch an entire TV show on TikTok?
Yes,
yeah,
in small parts, like all the way to part 64.
Yeah.
But hey, you can do it.
You could do it in 3-minute,
Yeah.
5-minute chunks.
Yeah.
exactly.
God,
Yeah,
dude.
welcome to the internet.
The future is now, man.
The time
The
is now.
future is now.
The future is now. And as
Sooner or
we-
later, you can just tell Chat GPT to just tell me the episode.
Yeah, that's right. But then you have to read it.
It's true. It's true, which is something that we don't want to do because our entire what have we read section, only one person read something. But I digress.
Because I had to.
I read Triple
because
R.
you had to.
In that
Read
case,
Triple R.
I'm very happy that we're finally at the end of this episode.
Yeah. And so we're at the end of the episode. And starting off, we'll talk about where everyone like where we can find everybody. Harv, where can everyone find you?
You can find me beard at the hair pretty much everywhere. I just released a video today about the news stuff that happened all this week, talking about Fortnite Creative 2.0, which is fucking crazy, by the way.
Crazy, yeah.
People need to look at Fortnite 2.0.
Don't sleep on that, man.
Yeah.
Like,
It is nuts. They're paying their creators as well.
yeah.
Make stuff in Fortnite Creative. So like, yeah, it's not one of those race to the bottom kind of type things. There's gonna be some really really cool things that are gonna come out.
It's
of
like
it.
dreams vibes, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like Dreams doesn't pay you.
No, not at all. But I
Yeah.
also think the games will be a lot crazier coming out of like with Unreal Engine 5 and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We I talked about Counter-Strike and layoffs and stuff like that, and then also rest in peace Lance Reddick, but that happened last week. But just
RP round.
kind
That's
of
right.
R.I.P.
again.
Can't.
Yeah, you can find me beard in the hair pretty much everywhere. Twitter, YouTube. Here.
Yeah. Sweet. And Frank, where can everyone find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at TheFrankGV, where I talk shit about video games. You can find me here at Point in Progress, where I, again, talk shit about video games. And then you can find, that's basically it. I'm here.
Okay. And Mario, where can everyone find you?
That is exactly where you'll also find me here at Point in Progress at youtube.com/Point in Progress. MC University, we just wrapped up an episode with Nerd a Day with talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We're wrapping up that show very soon. It's coming to an end. We're winding down. We only have a couple more episodes left, and then they'll be closing up school. So definitely check it out if you haven't not seen it yet.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Love to see it. And Brayden, where can everyone find you?
They can find me pretty much at Charisma everywhere, or B Charisma, because there's, at least on YouTube and Twitter, because there's one guy who took Charisma and we don't speak the same language, so I have no way to get a hold of him to kind of get the handles. So it's B Charisma or Charisma.
Gotcha.
I send him a cease and desist every week, but I get it back in a language I can't read.
Yeah, so it doesn't count, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't count then. Yeah.
it doesn't count. It's
If
not
I
real.
can't read it. That didn't happen.
Exactly. It's like when you're playing, it's like when you close your eyes. Like, if I can't see you, you can't see me. That's how stealth works, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly how it works. That's how I play real life.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
God, well, awesome. And you can find me here over at youtube.com/Point in Progress. You can find me over on Twitter and on Twitch. at Zoranix, where I have been streaming every week, usually on Wednesdays, except for this week because some stuff. Anyway, I digress. And you can also find me every so often over on Lucas's channel now. Lucas has been streaming weekly as well, over at twitch.tv/greenrose77. So definitely check him out. He was streaming all of the Game Jam games this week. And so it's been really cool. Every so often, he'll do stuff like that, and he plans on doing more streams, and we'll be doing some more co-op stuff. So check us out over there. And yeah, thank you again, Brayden, so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. Like, it's been a blast, and it's nice to like be able to kind of spend some time with you guys, because I feel like I mean, we're all so busy, right? Like, it's so hard to hang out and stuff. So it's been a real pleasure. Just you guys made, like, this is the highlight of my weekend, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
So
nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
even
anytime.
though, we want to see your team crash and burn in this stream. Decathlon.
We have two team cabs in here. The 1-2 slots right now at this moment.
Yeah. I already my team was already talking mad shit apparently. So like
They were talking mad shit.
Mad shit.
Jose.
Jose.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and definitely check us out over the weekend. There's a lot of great content creators who are going to be live streaming our 2 events this weekend, which is Golf and Friends. And then also one of the weirdest suggestions and things. I don't know why I'm honestly, you know what? Dustin, if you're listening to this, I would openly say this to you as well. Why are we doing crossword? I don't understand.
You know the funny thing is, this all pretty much started with crossword, because I remember him talking about doing the decathlon.
Oh my god,
like, it'd be fun to do like a crossword.
Do you know what would be cool?
Thing.
Mahjong. Do you know what also would be cool? Yeah, freaking Richie Mahjong, or
be
like
pretty cool, like a nap contest. Who can sleep the longest? You know, like
that's what I'm about.
You know, like I was like, for an ender, like I was like, I mean, like it's fine. Like I'm everyone's gonna have fun regardless, and it's gonna be great. Yeah. But like you feel like the ender should have been like something crazy. You know what I mean? Something to like really bring in the hype.
Because Fortnite.
Yeah, like oh my god, Harv, that was so stressful, bro. Like I was. Oh my god, it was so good though, man. Like
But yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for crossword because I feel like our team is gonna do well. I feel like you guys are gonna do really well because you guys got the brains. Fee's got the brains for the lower, for the Maritimes. You know, like she's gonna be talking about maritime shit, and then we're gonna be like, what?
There's gonna be there's gonna be like some sea shanty, or like they're gonna say like
something that's like exclusively at like Nova Scotia. Where we're like,
I hope so. You know what? I hope so.
I hope so too.
For some reason, I'm now only known as the Maritimer. I don't have any knowledge about anything else.
Somehow now owns a boat all of a sudden.
She's actually a captain of a boat. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Like this is McBoatface over here.
Exactly, Bodie McBoatface. And as we sail off into the distance, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this evening. If you're listening to us during the day, I hope you have a great day. If you're listening to this during work, I hope you have a great day at work. But yeah, have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much. We are going to be back here again next week, on the 31st. So definitely check us out there. It's going to be episode 68.5 part 2. So it's gonna be a really great time. We're gonna stretch this out until next month, baby.
Yeah.
68.7 60. I guess like we have to do the Attack on Titan thing, don't we?
Yeah. And then we'll have to like XE version and like the anyway, I digress. Thank you so much again, everyone. Special edition, the deluxe edition. But thank you so much again, everyone. And progress has been made.
Massive.
Cool. That's it.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. This has been a great time. I love everyone coming out and supporting all of us, and obviously Brandon from stopping by, bringing in the crowd. Thank you so much.
Of course, you know you guys are amazing, and I told everyone like, hey, like, you know, I'm like y'all got to come check this out. Like y'all like you guys crush it on like a weekly basis. So it's you know, it's just a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's new here, stopping by. They've been here before, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Later.
As Harv summons something.
That was him going like into God of War mode right there. Like he